Gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen. How art thou tonight, men? How art thou? Happy Turkey Day. Happy, well, Thanksgiving. And I guess we got a lot to be thankful for, even if we don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. We still got to wake up this morning. And I know somebody is going to say, yeah, but fuck it. It's one more day of torture. It's extended and my life still sucks. And look, I can't disagree with that. I really can't. But I've got to be honest with you. The dead know only one thing. It is better to be alive. So, yeah. My man, Undead Chronic, leader of the war band in his house, chilling. What's up, man? How y'all doing out there today in TV land? Oh, get this motherfucker off. Ain't no showing of the Mandalorian colors while I'm here. That's strictly against YouTube TOS. So I hear. Let me get back up to the top of the chat here, gents, and say what's up to each and every one of y'all that came in and said what's up and all that good shit. I'll try not to spend too much time living in the past and reading all of the shit that's up here. D-Man 50, hell yeah. Jerry C just watched a video with you and Hamster. Good stuff, man. That was my pleasure to host that. It was kind of impromptu, but it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it. And with any luck, that won't be the last time that the Hamster and I get together in the same space and cut a few videos. Hoser D, hey, what's up? HD, I ain't seen you in a while. Let's get the party started. Sir Yeetus. Yeet. Are you yeeting me already? Give me a chance, please. Give me a chance. No, I'm just kidding. If you got to go, you got to go. It's okay. I understand. Quadrijet King. Fuck that one up. Yo, Sir Yeetus. I'm so full. That is why I stopped at one plate today. Because I knew with the 22-pound turkey, at least 18 of it was titty meat, breast meat. You know, I'm like, man, what a fucking turkey. Oh, too much fucking food. 3 pies, mashed potatoes, green beans, cranberry sauce. What else? There was other shit too. 2 pumpkin pies, 1 apple pie. My mother home makes all of this stuff. Makes all of this from scratch. So I'll be doing the Christmas dinner. And you know what? I might just cut a video about doing the Christmas dinner because believe it or not, this motherfucker can cook. So probably not to Gordon Ramsay's standards, but you know, I like the guy. I just think he's a little cold. Then again, today, with the shit that's going on, you got to be a little cold. Fabian Farina. Hola. What's up, man? How you doing? Alex King. What up, boys? Nothing. They just sitting here hanging with this crusty old motherfucker, helping me through my 2 or maybe 3 hours of Alzheimer's tonight. Now it is. Charles Restone. Happy Thanksgiving all. Absolutely. The H454. So glad to be at the start of a live stream. Man, so glad to have you here, brother. 53 block. What's crackin' lacking? What's crack-a-lackin'? South Crack-a-lacka? South Cack-a-lacka? Is that what they call it? I don't know about all that shit, but you know. Ranger 81. Hammer time. Yes, sir. Erickson Umali. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Philippines in the house. Hey, man. Happy Thanksgiving on the other side of the entire planet. What's up? Glad to see you in here. Masaki 1334. Avenue True to Caesar. Yes, sir. Subscribe to Dr. Feelgood's lab. I'm just in time, brothers. I'm just on time, brothers. We are like interconnected. My mind is on red pill time. And you know, it's red pill time 24/7, 7 days a week, forever. Because as soon as you jump off that set of rails, and believe me, it is a set of rails, it's going to lead you to a particular place. It's going to lead you to particular conclusions. And as soon as you jump off that, you're in trouble. Trouble. You're in trouble. And you know it. I'm just saying. Mayor Mercules. Mercules? I know I fucking butcher that every time. At Hammerhand, how we doing this evening? I'm chilling. Got a little bit of a chest cold. We've been going back and forth between 20 fucking degrees out here and 50 degrees in the space of like 3 days. So it has a tendency to kind of impact the chest a little bit, tighten them bronchial tubes up. Is it 4 bolt? 4 bolt. 4 bolt. Isn't that wrong? Isn't the I supposed to be in front of the V? Yo, MGTOW people. Yo, Hammerhand. What's up, man? Bolt in the house. I'm Big Boss, not Sean Connery. At Hammerhand, you should get on BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble. You should get on BitChute, Odyssey, and Rumble. That feminist Karen CEO won't be able to censor you on those platforms. Oh, man. Oh, man. You is wrong. BitChute is censoring. BitChute does censor. Now, to my knowledge, they keep it to a minimum, but they do censor. I got off of BitChute. It's a clusterfuck on BitChute. I gave it 2 years. There are streaming services that are coming out now. They're just dropping the fucking name, and they're already doing the things that YouTube is doing. They're just not YouTube. So, no. Rumble was weird. Rumble wants you to sign some type of an agreement on videos, you know, about where money is going here and money's going there. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Look, all I want to do is get on here and talk. That's it. I don't want to have to worry about who owns the rights to the fucking background. I don't want to worry about whether or not Snowball is going to get in my business and talk about, oh, man, he's showing a snowball, Mike. He owes us money. I don't want to deal with that shit. So I'm going to go wherever life is easiest, for the most part, when it comes to broadcasting to you good, fine gentlemen out there. So Tim D, happy Thanksgiving, brother Hammerhand. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy Thanksgiving. Joe Man Gear. The crowd chants, hammer, hammer, hammer. Where are your nails, Hammer? They're here. They're here. They're lurking. I can feel them. Dave Villon 905. Happy Thanksgiving from the fallen nation of Canada. I don't want to get super political on this stream, but I'm going to tell you right now. me. Australia is going right in the fucking toilet. Right in the toilet. Already busing citizens to camps. Oh, it's true. It's true. Yeah, that's happening. That's happening. If Australia has a future as a democracy or as a republic, if they want to change their laws around and just, I don't know, take everybody that's wearing a fucking suit right now and throw them out, they could do that if they wanted to. I've always had this burning question. Since I started the political commentary, how much oppression, how much suppression, how much bullying, how much coercion and persuasion via your money, your paycheck, your life, your comfort, are you going to have to put up with before you say no and, a million of your closest friends join you? I think we're starting to see the bottom of that barrel, especially in Austria, Australia, Canada, and the United States. These people are holding on for dear life. They know what's going to happen when they start to get swept out. Just like we know what's going to happen to us when we start to get swept out. That's why it can't be allowed to happen. It doesn't matter if it's a shot. It doesn't matter if it's an immunization. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it comes in pill form, like good old Pfizer is talking about. Oh man, we got your pill now. Well, you might not have to take them yet. We can get your pill, homie. I ain't taking that either. Big Daddy ain't sick. If Big Daddy got sick tomorrow and fucking croaked, it would not change my opinion. 99.8% survival rate. Just something to think about while you guys are out there not being allowed to gather with your families, not being allowed to celebrate your Thanksgivings or your Christmases, your traditions that have been pushed on you since the moment of your birth are all of a sudden being suspended because they didn't really mean shit anyways, did they? So they mean something to me. Only a couple of them. Thanksgiving, Christmas, a birthday here, a birthday there. That's it. Otherwise, I'd be spending money every 2 weeks on somebody's shit instead of my own. It's just another way to keep you broke. It's just another way to keep you indentured. And they make you think that it's all on you. And it's not. Anyways, Eddie MGTOW. Yo, what's up, Eddie? Mouth agape ape. Happy Thanksgiving to all my MGTOW brothers. Man, you guys are awesome. 214 of y'all in the house at the 20-minute mark. Thank you. Thank you. Now, I can't see my Fonzies up there, but I'm sure that they're up there. So, Yeetus, what's wrong with you, man? Come on. What's wrong with you? Can't be eating all of that. You knew better. You knew better, didn't you? Steve, bullshit. What's bullshit? I don't know what's bullshit. Where is Armin at? I hope you have all been doing well. I've been doing fine. Been doing wonderful. Chrome Dome Omega, yeah. Pump some Cowboy Bebop. I will be hosting my review of the Netflix Cowboy Bebop. Now, I watched every episode of Cowboy Bebop. And then I watched the Netflix adaptation. And I ain't going to let nothing go here. But you might want to tune in for that. It's going to be on Pop Culture Rocks. That's my second channel. And I will see you gentlemen over there. And that should be up and running in the next couple of days. Well, the channel's already up and running. But it should be complete. The review should be complete here in the next couple of days. So keep your eyes out for it. And supposedly that's the only season that they've got. I don't know if they're obviously it's set up to where they should do more or could do more. But yeah. Boy, I've got some opinions on that one. So I'll see you over at Pop Culture Rocks. Tara Baspins? Did I get that right? Happy Thanksgiving, brothers. Happy Thanksgiving, man. Christopher Mooney, first Hammer live stream I've ever made it on time to. Well, congratulations, sir. Congratulations. You're here. Surrounded by them red pills, them brothers, them motherfuckers is getting in there. Blah, 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 blah. Red Scout, Bushcraft, and Survival. Hammer has some proper audios, one in particular. Yeah, I've got some. I wish I knew what you meant there by that, but yeah, I've got some. Space Bastard, Jesus, that Jupiter Jazz hits hard. There you go. That Jupiter Jazz hits hard. The memories. Does this mean we are going to have a rant on the god-awful Bebop show on Netflix? You're going to have to tune in to find out. Fuck. I think you're going to be surprised by what I have to say about it. Are you going to like it or dislike it? I don't know. But I try to weigh things as evenly as possible. Now, I don't go clownfish TV even. I like them, but holy shit. These guys know how to walk a line. They know how to walk that line. Sometimes they do a really good call out when it's necessary, but most of the time, not so much. Cedar Diesel. Hey, gents. Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. I did. It was wonderful. Weapon X. Got my record expunged after 20 years of being a felon. Don't know what good it is now, but I did it. On to the next goal, baby. CDL and then go back to trade school. Just try not to incur too much debt while you're doing that. You know what I'm saying? Try not to incur too much debt. The point of expunging a record and making it to where people can't use things like that against you is to not be in debt for 5, 10, 15 fucking years after the fact. You know, you want to be able to take advantage of that like right now. So good luck on that, brother. Daniel Davis, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, Double D there. Mr. Pliskin, call me Snake. But God will show you mercy, though I show none. God won't have very much mercy for those that reject and rebuke him. But yeah, we've got holy warriors everywhere, and I think it's time for people to understand that getting beat about the head and shoulders and getting kicked in the fucking face and having people just take all your shit and then turning the other cheek and being a benevolent Christian is not what Christianity or Christendom is about. It's not. God helps those who help themselves. Remember that. Charles Restone, it's so good to see MGTOW blossom. Blessings to all here. 226 of y'all in the house, 25 minutes in. That ain't so bad. Dan Davidson, had my 2 frozen turkey pies with my pit bulls. Well, you didn't eat them frozen, right? You at least warmed them. Tell me you at least warmed them. Scotial, happy Thanksgiving, Space Cowboys. Yes, sir. Steve, what is that? What is what? D-Man 50, Weapon X, good deal, homie. Jim McIntosh, hey, Hammer, I can try to wrench on a call with Dick Marks. I can try to wrench on a call with Dick Marks. Oh, okay, I got you. That's fine, bro. If you can't wrench, that's all good, man. Mayor Mercules, I'm dinging this instrumental at Hammerhand. Well, fine. You want to sell me out? Sell me out. That's fine. All right. This channel's demonetized anyways. Mr. Hate Vicious in the house. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, sir. And to everyone else, if you're just tuning in, hey, man, it's Thursday. Thursday evening, heading into Thursday night. And it just so happens that it's Thanksgiving Day 2021. I personally have a lot to be thankful for. I'm not talking about the stuff that you see hanging on the walls or the things that I've introduced you to in the past. I'm talking about a reasonable amount of health, being able to look people in the face and say exactly who, what, when, and where, with no equivocation, with no shame, and with the ability to convince them that I mean it. Not that I have to. I don't have to convince them. It doesn't matter to me if they buy it. For me, it's all about, yes, it's X, Y, and Z. That's the way it is for me. And if you can't do that, then we'll part ways here, and I'll wish you good luck. Say a little tidy prayer for you, and hopefully someday you'll see it. Don't hang with those bullshit people and those folks that are all sucked up and fucked up. Don't do it. Doc Holiday, Texas MGTOW, Bounteous, Chillstream. Yes, it is. Working City Prepper, MGTOW is going strong, but the feminazis are still looking to bring misery. And what else is different? What else is different? You know how these people are, man. You disagree with them. It's hatred. You tell them something they don't want to hear. It's misandry, or misogyny. These people are loaded with misandry, and they don't see it. They don't understand it. They're defending their points of view unrealistically and unaware, most of them completely unaware, that they are actual racists, bigots, and misandrists. Did you see the, what was it, ADL? The ADL or the SPLC? One of them released a deal to the Washington Post a couple of days ago. I believe I posted it in my community tab. You can take a look at it there. And the vast majority of internet hate speech is anti-white, anti-male. No, I didn't know that. Anybody that's been paying attention understands that. We got you. We know. Undead Chronic. I'm thankful for this blunt. And for Hammerhand, you are unbelievable, sir. All right, I'm going to the bottom, gents. If I missed your comment, please don't be crestfallen. Don't be hurt. I'm sorry. Can't read them all. We got to progress on down the road. So I'll back up here just a little bit, and then we see what's going on. George D. Duguid? When I started my MGTOW life, there was no one around in the 1980s, but powered through and better for the path I went. Absolutely. It must have a certain amount of satisfaction for people that have been doing it that long to see it come to fruition, and they're sitting there talking to themselves. They're like, people were kind of calling us this and calling us that and giving us the cold shoulder and laughing. And then they went from laughing to being like, they give you that fucking side eye. Then they went from that to telling you that you're completely wrong and that you're bullshit and that you don't know what you're talking about. And then they went from that to defending everything that is indefensible. And it's not long before the world has its reckoning, especially the Western world. It's on the way. Yummy poon cake. Wasn't expecting this. Was getting bored, and here we go. Be able to listen for an hour, then 8 hours of sleep. Well, I hope that you enjoy the hour that you're on there, my friend. Maximilian RPM. You cannot reason with sheep, nor should you try. Don't waste your time and your breath and all of those delicious red pills on people that are not going to hear you. Are you in it to change people's minds, or are you in it to save men's lives? Because I think that the vast majority of men that sink their teeth into some of this red pill turkey that we're dropping here today, it's gonna leave an aftertaste, and they're gonna be like, where can I get more of that? And they're gonna start looking for it, and that's what happens. Like I say, MGTOW doesn't recruit. We just wait for them to pile in. And oh brother, are they piling in? And it's clear. It's clear. More red pill MGTOW and monk channels than I've ever seen. Now, some of them are getting it wrong. But at least they're trying. Not all of them. Not all. You know what I'm talking about. There's some fucking frauds out there, and we know who the frauds are. They're easy to identify. But yeah, there's a lot of people out here that are really trying to do their thing. I've seen more startup channels in the last 10 months than I've seen since I've been in it. So that's a good thing. For me anyways, that's a good thing. Steph, Crazy Canuck, a German doctor said that young men have a chance of at least 1 in 5 to get heart issues after a Charlie 19 vaccination. Got to do that because, the audio print's going up as we speak. Yeah. Roderick Sage, let them bring misery. We still free. We are MGTOWs. It's like the Sopranos. There are things that inflation does not affect. Some things in showbiz and our thing. Agreed. Drewzil Tech and Games. You see what the Salvation Army is doing? No, I haven't seen that. Drop a link. Anti-white racism. Well, that seems to be the thing. That's the flavor du jour for all of the political parties. I don't know, man. I don't know. You can't let it get under your skin, and you can't let it bother you. You know who you are. You know what you do. You absolutely understand that you're not the things that they're telling you that you are. So if somebody can convince you that you're something that you're not, then those bedrock attributes that we speak about were never truly yours. What are they now? Morals, ethics, values, and principles, right? Morals, ethics, values, and principles. In concert with controlling your biology, it makes you bulletproof. Now, not literally. Don't go out there and try that. Not literally, but ideologically and spiritually, it makes you bulletproof. So practice them, gentlemen. Practice them. Crazy Canuck. Wow. If that's from the jab, they will do everything to cover that up. Of course they will. Of course they will. Get off of here. Luminous. Consider yourself lucky if you don't have anywhere to go for Thanksgiving. I'd trade you and you can go deal with my family. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, fuck that. Sorry to hear that. Sorry about that, broski. You know, it sucks to gather up for the holidays and either be, you know, spiritually or morally different than your people. That sucks. That sucks. And I'm sorry that that's happened for some of you. I know some of you have had to deal with that this Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. All ideology is cancer. I won't disagree with you. I won't disagree with you. That's why I don't do the ideological or ideology thing. I just don't. You know, you can have your belief, you can have your beliefs, but when they start to butt up against other people, it's best to just find a way around that. Now, when those people try to pursue you to knock you out of the sky, that is when you have to fight back. And sometimes you have to fight back real hard, you know, and tell them to fuck off, piss off. Nobody's bothering you. I don't care about who your God is. I don't care what you think is great, what's wonderful. I don't care about all of that shit. I care about what I care about. And if you don't share those opinions and views, cool, move on down the road. And you have to do that with some people, unfortunately. And I think that it is unfortunate. Chris Mitchell, I'm shocked, Hammerhand, but not really. Phil Dees at Hammerhand, hope you and yours are well. Yes, my son is spending his Thanksgiving tonight with his mother. They have a really big to-do over there with her not brand new, with her new husband. Well, he's not new either. With her husband's family, and that's been a thing with them since the day that all of this nonsense started up. Excuse me. And he'll be over here tomorrow through the weekend. And then we'll have Thanksgiving again. And he'll be tryptophaned out of his fucking mind and lethargic and sleeping. And, you know, that's kind of what it is, I guess. It's unfortunate that we don't have better meanings for holidays and healthier conclusions for holidays. Yes, you can make it yourself, but it's not easy to do. Slim Jim Hunt. I know it doesn't say slim, but I ain't saying the other shit. What's up, the Finley Hammerhand Shark? Nothing. Chilling. Jonathan Y. made beef Wellington for my family today. I hope that they appreciated it. Beer Run. I'm thankful for the entire war band. Thank you, gents. Yes, sir. Jim McIntosh. Now from the Three Stooges states. You don't say. No, you don't say. D. Vectivus. 8th time in a row I haven't received a notification that Ham uploaded. No. Why would you get that? Why would you get that? We ain't friends with old YouTube. YouTube doesn't like me. YouTube don't like anybody that's on this fucking stream right now. Chris Mitchell. Yes, Malcolm McKenzie. It's in October. Rose C. Lots of fitness nuts dying from heart attacks. Yes. No jabs, using diabetes medicines and diuretics to get shredded. Yeah, they've been using diuretics for fucking decades and dropping dead. And it is what it is. To me, that's not a fitness nut. That's somebody that is chasing something that they ain't going to get. And unfortunately for them, it costs them a big chunk of time, or it costs them their life. Gents, that's why I say if you want to lift a few weights, okay. If you're getting down into the aughts as far as body fat percentage, BMI, you might be doing it wrong. I realize that there's an image out there that's based on all of these crazily cut, gigantic men, 300-pound sides of fucking beef that are out there posing and throwing down on one another, and everybody's like, except that's not the way to do it, and it's not healthy. There's any number of these men that you can look at that are either crippled today or dead. Any number of them. Just because some guys survive and achieve some level of stardom doesn't mean that it's the best thing in the world to do. You see? Everybody knew that Schwarzenegger and Ferrigno and Columbo and all of these OGs, fucking Lee Haney, Dorian Yates, everybody knew that all of these guys were juicing. Everybody knew it, and they turned a blind eye to it. Everybody knew it. And then they turn around and they slap them on posters and they say to you and your kids, fitness. Come buy my protein powder. It's not the way, guys. Not the way. That's my opinion. You do what you got to do, but that's my opinion. Crimson Haze. MGTOW is forever. Excuse me. I don't know if it's forever. I don't know if it's meant to be forever. I think the lessons that you can learn from red pilling and MGTOW, and if you get down the road to monk, I think the lessons you will carry with you forever if you learn the lessons, if you learn to live by those bedrock attributes. But yeah, I don't think that it's forever. Like I said, man, I always envisioned MGTOW as a room with two doors. You walk in one, you shut the door, you explode, you red pill rage, you do what you have to do, you become equipped. You get your knowledge of your sword, your shield, get all of that shit, and then you come out. And you're ready to live in the world out here. But it takes time for people to accept that they've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. It takes time. U.S. Ursine? Is it Ursine or Ursine? Supremacy, my chest has not fallen. It's always in the medicine cabinet. Same as always. Yes, sir. Yummy pancake. Happy Thanksgiving, Hammer. Random question. What's your favorite pie? Pumpkin is a good old classic. Favorite pie. I can tell you what's not my favorite pie is mincemeat. Now, I tried that years ago when I was a kid, like 40 fucking years ago plus. And I did not like that shit at all. If I tried it today, would I have a different opinion? Probably. But you know how it is when you're young and very young and you're being raised on sugars and sweet milks and all that kind of shit. You don't have a taste for certain things. But to be a little more direct, I like pumpkin. My mother makes a great apple pie. I've seen some incredible cherry pies out there. What else? I'm not really like a pie connoisseur. If there's a slab to be had, I might go get it, but not too much of it. I had a piece of apple pie here a little bit before I got on the stream, and it's pretty good shit. Pretty good stuff. Christopher Mooney. Gentlemen, they treat us like horrid trash, but we are sharks. Do what sharks do best. Eat license plates. Kill unsuspecting swimmers. Or just be an eating machine. Consume all red pill. Consume it. Get it. Digest it. Wash around in the gullet. Oh yeah. That's what I take from that. That's what I take from that. Like Peterson said here not too long ago, you should want to be a monster, not be safe. Don't be safe. Be a monster and then learn how to control it. Well, that comes with some inherent dangers, doesn't it? But at this point in time, if you turn your head around just a little bit this way, and you start looking at what men are, and you're honest with yourself, we're in fucking trouble. Lots of trouble. As a species, we're in trouble. Red Scout Bushcraft and Survival. Oh, bum. Malcolm McKenzie, MGTOW probably started for real in the yuppie era. Well, I think MGTOW as a concept, I believe, has kind of always been here. It's always been here. You know, whether you call them confirmed bachelors or male isolationists, you know, traditional males, whatever you want to call them, traditional men. I think that it's always been here. It's always been here. Paul Elam has done a couple of really good spots on the origins of MGTOW before it was MGTOW. Now, granted, this is his opinion. You know, it's his opinion. There's nothing linking what he says to the origins of modern MGTOW as we know it. But, yeah, that's his deal. And it was very well produced. It was very nice. It was informative, and it makes sense. So I know not everybody agrees with Mr. Elam on certain things. I don't agree with him on everything, but as far as that's concerned, I agree with that one. I agree with that. Digital Assassin, hold the line, gents, and they will. Vlad Tepes, I'm ripping heinous turkey farts while drinking coffee and listening to Hammerhand. Life is good. Sounds like life is good for the north part of you and not so good for the south part of you. Captain Will Hammer, can repressed emotions cause physical pain? Of course. Of course. Yes. The answer is yes. Do you know what to do? Do you know how to deal with it? Do you know how to self-analyze? Do you know how to find the roots of your suppressed emotions? Those are questions that you're going to have to ask yourself, and then you're going to have to come up with answers. And if you know where it comes from, then you're going to have to deal with it. And that typically means suffering the pain instead of running from it and acting like it's not there. You know, you suffer the pain. Things that don't go well in your life are the things that build you as a person. I know that kind of sucks. You know, some people are built from the ground up to succeed in certain ways, whatever that is, whatever attribute you want to lay at the feet of that. People that don't come from money, people that don't come from a pedigree or a background, their trials in life are no less important than the trials of people that control the switches and levers of humanity. It's just on a different scale. And you're going to have to learn to deal with it. There's no way around it. There's no hypnotizing it out of you. There's no going back and thanking everybody that kicked your fucking balls in, that oppressed you and suppressed you. You have to find, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, you have to find a way to live with what it is that you are. That never changes. Never. That's just my opinion, though. 322 of you madcaps in here, right? What is going on? It's insanity. Great, get the fuck off of here. Get off of here, bitch. Jedi Run. Remember, gentlemen, it does not take much to be happy in this life. It doesn't. It doesn't. Crazy Canuck, using those drugs to get shredded. I'm surprised those guys are having issues. Sadly, I'm surprised those guys are. I'm not surprised that they're having issues. Maybe that's what you meant to say. I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was using diuretics to get shredded. And yeah, man, that's some insane shit. That's some insane shit. So we don't mess with that. Joel Saim, did I get that right? Same here. I started in the late 70s, my MGTOW life, going forward by the seat of my pants. Yes, sir. Activate Kruger. Repeal the 19th Amendment. Repeal the 19th Amendment. I agree with you 100%. Now, what happens when you do that? What happens when you do that? You have a world of females out here that will stop at nothing to wrest power from you. Females by themselves in the West have become a political entity. And that's not going anywhere unless you crush them out of existence. I'm just saying. It's not going anywhere. Repealing the 19th to me is an amazing thing. It's a wonderful thing. Starting at the point where the damage started to get done to men in society and women. They'll tell you the same thing, though. They'll say the patriarchy hurts men too. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But if we all just sat there and did nothing, and we all acted like we were better than what we are, and a lot of us do, we would still be living in mud huts, pushing around square-wheeled carts. That's the way that is. Too bad, though. Too bad. Shinobi Wan, thankfully, I'm here to be thankful. I thank my grandfather and his father for fighting in the great wars. I love my freedom. I practice it every day. It's my freedom now. If I don't use it, I lose it. Well, that's incredibly true. And boom. Yeah, that's incredibly true. Trini MGTOW, don't even bother trying to red pill a bitch. Fuck them, and not literally. Yeah, I agree, man. These folks that come out and say, can women be red pilled? They can see the philosophy of red pilling. How many of these women have you seen? I've seen 3. I've been farther on the interwebs than a lot of people ever will be. Not tooting my horn. Not tooting my horn. Weeks, months, and years of just dedication to chasing down shit. I've spent a lot of time on the internet doing work, doing research. I've been farther than a lot of people ever will be. And I've seen probably 3, 4 women that have come right out and said, yes, I'm in favor of repealing the 19th Amendment. It doesn't mean that they're not human. It doesn't mean that you punch them in the fucking face and throw chains around their ankles and neck. That's not what it means. It's not what it means. It means that you don't have any rights as far as voting is concerned. You want to go kill your kids? That's another subject to talk about, ain't it? You know? You want to go fuck everything that moves? Well, that's another subject to talk about. Repealing the 19th, I think, does a lot to get us out of the fucking mess that we're in. But I think that all of these measures, if it was adopted tomorrow, is probably too late. Whatever this Western world is going to become, it's already falling into that shape now. So sit back and enjoy the ride. Have fun with that. ROC, yeah, lots of fitness celebrities dying, mostly bodybuilders. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You're seeing supremacy. Pumpkin versus pecan, a tie. The only rational thing to do is to have both. Sure. Very rational. Very. Roderick Sage, remember, whatever happens in the world, we MGTOWs are not affected. We are free in an unfree world. I'm going to have to disagree with that. You know, not entirely. Yes, you can bury your head in the sand. Yes, you can do that. But when these people are passing these laws and these edicts, and the people that don't show up, that say, fuck it, I'm not voting for this, so it doesn't apply to me, I got news for you. They're going to apply it to you. And then you've got a fight on your hands. So yeah, it does affect you. It does affect you. That's like saying that divorce court law, no fault divorce hasn't affected men. You can just ignore it. It has affected us drastically, terribly. Steph, I personally know a man who has heart issues after the Charlie 19 vax. Yeah. Chris Mitchell, just different moments in different countries. History, mate. Yep. Steve, I watched your video from earlier today. Wonderful scenery. Looked like you were in a tractor trailer. What part of the country were you cruising through? I was in my car, and I started recording about midway through Nebraska in the plains, all the way up through the Columbia River Gorge, headed up to Washington and Olympia. That was earlier this year in March. And yes, the scenery was incredible. And it was really difficult not to just pull over, and just sit there and marvel at it. I wish I had had more time, especially going through the Columbia River Gorge. That was some amazing shit. It really was. I'd like to do that again somewhere down the road, maybe in a year or so. I think that would be phenomenal. Love to do that again. Crazy Canuck, I think it's very possible the vax could be causing problems for some people, unfortunately. Oh, yeah, there's just no doubt. There's no doubt. Success Pool Endeavors. The red pill goes way beyond feminism. It does. Feminism is a small part of red pilling. And that's one of the things that I try to focus on with fellas in particular is once you start to see the way that things are constructed and engineered, and you can kind of like deconstruct what's there, it doesn't stop with one thing. It stops with everything, or it starts with everything. You got to get out there and look at everything that has been put in place out here to restrict you, to stop you, like you, from becoming a thousandaire, 100,000aire, a millionaire. Why not? Why not 10 million? All of those things that are put in place is designed to keep certain people, certain institutions in power. You see, as long as they have that power, they don't care about you. They don't give a fuck about you. The only time that your name comes up is when you're a threat to that. And then you get disappeared. Or they take you all over the media circuit against your will, and they slime your ass out. You see? That's how they do business. The reality of life is understanding that. Those are the real red pills. The real red pills expose all of this trifling minutia of life first. And then you start to get into the real deep, dark, dank shit. And that's a fun little ride. If you want to take it, that's a fun little ride. Frog Dude, red pills are an acquired taste. They are. Creative Patriot. It's not when we want to learn, it's when we're ready to learn. And we've seen what happens when you try to force that shit on people, right? You can't force it on people. That's why I never, ever go out and recruit with a red pill tent or a MGTOW tent. I don't do that. If I get asked, I'll give an explanation to the best of my ability. I will refer to sources that are trusted, not sources that are put together to smear people that are fighting for their rights in their lives. So, yeah. Red pills can have a dire effect if you're dropping them on people that don't want nothing to do with them. JR, I'm watching Naruto, homie. Well, I was just watching Bebop earlier, so yeah, cool. Vlad Tepes, true, there is a proliferation of content creators. Yes, there is. Dick Marks, and a merry day of gratitude dispensation to you all, too. That's a fancy way of saying happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Moving in on the 1 hour mark, 344 of you bitches. Crazy people. Just sitting here watching this old dude, not take his medicine and got all of this going on. And you know how it is. Island Hermit, red pill saved my life. I have something to say about that. The exposure to the red pill made you understand that you weren't alone. But red pill didn't jump out of a book or a video and start talking to you and patting you on the back. You saved your life. You had a cause. You had something to believe in. This is something that I've been dealing with here recently. I became aware Well, it wasn't a few days ago. This has been an ongoing thing that I lack purpose. I have a lot of things that I do. Just look around. A lot of things that I do. But as far as purpose is concerned, I've begun to realize that I need something to stoke that fire that keeps your soul alive. So that's something that I'm looking at right now, that I'm looking forward to. Everybody doing their Black Friday sales. I think I'm going to go to my local camera shop, and I might look for a 175 600. They got a nice Sony and a nice Tamron. One is an automatic, one's a full auto 600 mil, and then the other one is a manual, which I don't mind the manuals at all. You could the advantage of the automatic is not price. The motherfuckers are expensive, but the advantage of the automatic obviously is that you're going to get most of your dimensions correct depending on how you set the lens to take the picture. But yeah, I'm thinking if something decent jumps out at me when I go to that shop tomorrow and they got themselves a Black Friday deal, I might just come home with a big old lens. And that way I can try to get set up and do some photography for a few races next year. And I'll share that here with you guys. I'll share that with you. We'll see how that goes. Shinobi One, I say to you, my brothers, of the system is evil, then starve it. If the system is evil, then starve it. If they say no jab, no job, then reply, no vax, no tax. Let it burn. Stay strong and hold your own line. And I would say the same. I would agree with that. If they say you have to have a shot to work, I would tell you, go fuck yourself. Find another worker. It's stunning to me how trapped, and I don't want to just lay cowardice at the feet of a whole bunch of these people, millions of people. They're scared. And this shows you how easy it is to scare a whole bunch of people. It's like saying, hey, the common cold over here has the opportunity to kill a 96-year-old, and it does it by the thousands every year. So we're going to order you up some initial shots, 3 fucking boosters, and then we're going to do it all over again for every mutation. I'd rather be dead. I'd rather be dead. Who the fuck wants to do that? I'm not doing that. And people that run up in there and take that shit like that, I don't know what to say for them. I know that they're scared out of their minds. You know, people that act like this is the greatest thing on earth, that they cry and my vax day it was everything to me. It was the happiest day of my life. No, it wasn't. You're scared out of your mind. I see that part of it. I just don't know what we do to get past it. Gents, I'm going to skip down to the bottom here real quick and travel back up a little bit. And there we go. Soul Jack, ghosting is the best way to survive in these crazy times. Oh, I'm not going to disagree with you. I firmly believe that ghosting is it's mandatory learning. It's required reading. You have to know it. You got to practice it, plain and simple. Now, to me, ghosting is not setting up a date, getting familiar with somebody, talking with them, and then leaving after the angry clam opens up and allows you in it. No, that's not what I consider ghosting to be. But that's just my opinion. Ghosting is just ghosting. See you later. Ghost Nation. Holla. Davina Duckworth. Racing rocks. Racing is fucking awesome. I love racing. Had an amazing amazing run of years with it, and fell out of love with it because the fucking cars just kept getting uglier and uglier. And I don't know. I was always attracted by the technology. Didn't want to cough in the mic, gents. Sorry about that. Crazy Canuck. Hammer, I heard a couple of my male coworkers talking about investments yesterday, and both are single like me. I think even if men don't know about the red pill, they are living the mindset. Good to see. I agree. Yeah. I agree. I see a fucking ton of men out here on like red pill adjacent channels. You know, they're sort of in the orbit, but not really. If you brought the red pill MGTOW mindset to them, they'd be like, huh? What? They wouldn't really know what you're talking about, but they're still practicing the idea of financial independence, not being hooked to another person, whether that's a female, a male, children that you can't properly support. You know, don't bring kids into the fucking world, folks. Don't bring kids into the world. If you have the ability to handle them, that's one thing. But if you're working at McDonald's, practice sexual responsibility. Okay, if you're not wearing a fucking Jimmy hat and she's not got one stuffed in her, don't fuck. Shinobi Wan, it's our collapse now. Yes, it is. Based Chris. Been watching that channel growth over there, Chris. Good job, brother. Good job on passing 3K. I hope that you're the same one that I saw 3K the other day, because there's another one out there too who just passed like a similar level. Still haven't got the jab and will not be manipulated and threatened by this government or any government. You gents have to understand what a frustration it is for these people that know, they believe, they know in their heads, in their hearts, and in their minds that they have the better measurement of you. And for you to say no, and for you to lock arms and say, go fuck yourself. And if you keep pushing, we're going to put your heads on pikes. What a supreme frustration that must be to those people, you know? And they'll keep finding ways to make this happen. They're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. This is not going away. Now, I will say this. If we happen to end up with a Republican president in 24, you might see some changes. Now, is that Republican president going to jump out there and still suggest that you get your vax and all of it, blah, blah, blah? Yes. Are they going to hardline push that motherfucker like a communist dictator? No. No, they're not going to. The 13 Republican cocksuckers that voted for $1 trillion of pork, they should be primaried. All of them. Every fucking one of them. And they should get the fucking boot. They should get the boot. But that just goes to show you, like I've said all along, these people tear each other apart when the C-SPAN cameras are on. And then when they turn them off and they disappear behind their little cloaked screens, they're breaking bread. So, yeah, fuck them. Excuse me. Mayor Mercules, that is exactly why I came to work private sector. That is exactly how I came to work private sector. I will not submit. We will not submit. Nope. No compliance. Zero compliance. If that means going to fucking jail, go to jail. Fuck them. I mean that. I mean it. If they want to regard you as a political prisoner, which is exactly what it is, you'd be a political prisoner. Julian Assange is a political prisoner. You haven't heard that motherfucker's name mentioned since they got him over here, have you? Nope. They'll just disappear him. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but somebody needs to start putting some pressure on this administration to find out where he's at, what's going on with him, Whether you agree with what Assange did or did not do is irrelevant. The man is entitled to fair representation, and he's not getting it. He's not getting it. They've classified him as a fucking terrorist to deprive him of his rights. Oh, and I'm going to say it one more again. The Constitution, as great a document as it is, the Bill of Rights, they don't grant you your rights. They affirm your rights by God. So, Alec Hackworth, what do you think about the possibility of the Yellowstone supervolcano erupting? We're going downhill right now, but if that volcano erupts, we'll be fucked beyond imagination. I guess it depends on the size of the eruption. You know, if you're talking about a Krakatoa-like eruption, I would say that Yellowstone is going to get turned into glass. And wherever the wind is blowing, those people are in a lot of trouble. Lots of trouble. So, but I don't put too much worry on stuff like that. That's something that I can't control. It's like a state-sized asteroid slamming into the planet. Am I going to sit here? Let's say that somebody from NASA picks it up and they say, oh man, we've got 6 weeks before this Rhode Island-sized motherfucker slams into the planet and it's going to do X amount of whatever. But do you think I'm going to run around for 6 weeks talking about my inevitable demise? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I will fight to the very bitter end. But I'll enjoy everything all the way up until the point where that fucking rock hits the pond. And then we're just going to deal. Unless somebody invites me into a super cave, that's kind of the way that it's going to go for most of us. Snot Rag. What an amazing, amazing screen name. I love that. Thank you very much, especially after dinner. Fuck that. Exactly. Clifton Miller. Good night, gentlemen. 4 a.m. comes early for work. Thank you, Hammerhand. Good night, Clifton. Thank you for tuning in, brother. I appreciate you, man. Let's pop that up there real quick. JR, I'd like to build a bike from the ground up. There ain't nothing stopping you. You can go get you a busted out frame, go get a dummy engine, and then start building your bike. One piece at a time. If you don't know how to do any of that work, get something to practice on. Get a frame that you're not gonna fuck with. Start to outsource your stuff. If you don't want to outsource anything, learn how to powder coat. Go get all the tools that you need. Go watch 500 episodes of American Chopper, and you'll just pick it up. Just build a better bike. Polska Bob. Hello, Mayor and Doc. How's the balls? I think I walked into something there. Sorry about that. Homeschool time, dating, free chit, marriage, free chit, divorce, free chit. It's all free chit. Soul Jack, to keep your vax passport, you need booster shots every 6 months. That ain't happening. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And like I've said, and I'm going to say it again because it bears repeating. If you force something into me, I'm going to force something into you. It's that simple. We're going to live and die on our terms. I'm going to live and die on my terms. I've done that my whole life, and I'm not changing. As a blue pill, I did it. As a red pill, I did it. A MGTOW, a monk, I've done it. That's not going to change. Not going to change. Father Saunders, I think I'm going to crack some open. Combined with my favorite OJ vodka, my stomach has finally settled enough to handle having a drink and chilling. I'm happy to spend this day with you guys. That's something that I haven't said yet, and I pretty much need to say it. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you very much for taking time out of your holiday, your Thanksgiving, to bust up in here and have a nice time in that chat. I see you guys talking in the chat and giving as good as you get. And I hope that y'all had a reasonable day, even if it was just a quiet day. I had a very, very disjointed day today. You know, like I've said, well, I haven't said it a lot, but with these medicines that I take, I get these waves of fatigue, like extreme fatigue, like debilitating fatigue. And we haven't quite figured out how to fix that, or at least make it manageable to where it's not that bad. So yeah, we had a busted up day today, but we did get to do the turkey. We did have a couple of guests over. I did call my brother in that faraway tropical paradise of Florida and tell him happy Thanksgiving. And they're doing their thing. They got down there and got moved, and everything is good, bro. Everything is good. And I don't know, that might hold some prospects for me down the road. You know, I was seriously eyeballing Utah. The idea of Utah is very appealing to me, but I'll tell you what's not appealing is the fact that 80 and 84 are a main military corridor, fucking missile bases, things that I didn't know about. You know, I've been doing all of the crime data, the murder rates, theft and robbery rates, car theft rates, educational rates in neighborhoods and all of that shit. All of that was looking good, looking real good. Then I start getting some other information. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to like that. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll find ourselves back in Florida, the birth state, the state I spent 28 years in. So maybe, who knows? Island Hermit, Hammerhand, you're the reason I started making videos on YouTube, brother. Just want to thank you. Thank you, IH. I appreciate the shit out of you, man. Anytime anybody says that, all I can do is give them the best wishes possible, you know, and let them know that while you're building subs and you're building a channel, you're going to have people coming at you. You know, you're going to have people that scoff. You're going to have people that outright attack what you are as a person. You're going to have people flag every fucking thing that you do. You know, that's what you're going to have. These people do not want to hear what you're trying to tell them. They do not want to hear what you're trying to tell them. They don't want to hear that they have dirty hands. They don't want to hear that they are just as responsible for their dysfunction as they think you are. They don't want to hear that. They've been told their whole lives that they're pretty, that they're beautiful, that every thought that they have matters. That's what they've been told. That there's no such thing as a bad idea or a bad question. Now you think about the millions of people that are entering adulthood right now that have been told that, and you can see the mountain of shit that you're up against. And that's why I tell you, from my own personal point of view, I don't look at the tidal wave of blue pills. I don't look at the tsunami of simps. I don't look at those. I take care of me. And those that are willing to hear, those are the ones that I focus on. And lucky for me, there's 340 of y'all in here right now. James Vos, the insurance industry says that by 2030, more than half the women in the United States will spend oh, that caught me off guard. The last 45 years of their life. The last 45 years of their life alone. Hold on a second. Hold on. Put them colors on. Be a bounty hunter. Be stoic. Don't let this shit come up and bite you. These are the same bitches when they come to your door that were kicking dirt in your face, asking where's Waldo. You know what I'm saying? It's the same ones. And they're going to be begging you to give them a second chance. Now, that's not wishful thinking. I don't hear them. I don't want to give anybody another chance. I'm done. I'm fucking tapped out. I'm tapped out of giving chances to people that as soon as their life starts to improve, to be more specific, as soon as their association with you starts to improve their life, they cast you off. I'm done giving those chances out. I don't do that no more. Every time I think about going out on a date, I think about 100. And then I think about what else I could put on my wall. I do. I look around and I say, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. You can look at each one of these. It's easily 100. And that's a chance that I said no to. And then I put it in something that has equity, that has value, something that I can pass on to my son. You see? He's not really a toy kid. He knows what this is. For me, while my old ass is sitting here looking at these, eyeballing the shit out of them, rubbing my hands together, loving the fact that I have it, that I can surround myself with things that are familiar to me, this represents equity to him. The day will come when I will grab it all up off the wall and I will hand it to him. And it will be his equity. It will be his base to start his life. That's what it'll be. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I was giving chances to everybody that was cutting my guts out and spilling them on the ground. Please, sir, please give me a chance. I'm sorry, darling, I'm fresh out. No more chances. That door's gone. It's closed. It's nailed shut. ROC, Old Faithful in Yellowstone, part of the Ring of Fire. Success Pool endeavors, the boosters never stop. Stand up to tyranny. They won't ever stop. You guys have to understand that. They won't ever stop doing this. You're going to have to get up as a population and smash them in the fucking mouth. You're going to have to fight. Now, I've told everybody that will hear, you're going to have to fight. Do you think I wanted to go and get all of this stuff that I trumpet so much? You think I wanted to get all of this and then risk losing it to prison, to death? I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. But when it comes to standing up for who you are and what you are, and people telling you that you're going to put X, Y, and Z in your body, I'm telling them that's not happening. And the second that you attempt to force it on me or coerce me, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you. And I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I can hear somebody out here in the chat saying, well, there goes this channel. Snot rag. Vax can go live up my cax. Some good wordplay there. Good wordplay. Diamond Sauce, they're the same people who would be happy to cast for 2 girls, 1 cup. Yeah, they would. The fact that somebody did that shows you what they are. I've heard rumor. It's just a rumor. And I suggest you don't ever go look. There's bitches out there that stick pythons in their pussy. They masturbate on horse cock. They fuck dogs. Are they ugly? A couple of them. Most of them are dimes. What I would consider to be a dime anyway. And that shows you. Their love of money and possession is so much greater than their love for you. They don't love. We love. They have feelings, emotions. We love. Love is a code. It's an ethic. Excuse me. And not everybody is meant to hold on to that code or ethic. Bob the Barbarian, come to my house to force the vax, and we'll go to Valhalla together. Well said. Ryan Turner, Lion of MGTOW taught me big. Block, ignore, and ghost. Lion of MGTOW, a true brother. SYSBM all day, all the way. Ian Blades, JR, do it. I found a Triumph Bonneville in a shed in boxes. Oh, yeah, I got you. Death 100, Iffy. Fear is the greatest weapon in the human armory. Yeah, it's up there. I don't know if it's the greatest, but it can certainly move mountains, can it? We've seen that. MGTOW Live. Ghosting is fuck off, no talk, ignore. You're not wrong. Success pool endeavors. Pump and dump only creates more feminists. It also creates broken men. You see, because think about it. The women volunteer themselves for this type of sexual access, right? They're not being raped. They're not being taken advantage of. They're not being drugged or coerced. They're volunteering themselves for this type of sexual activity. Now, they can say all day long how hurt they are and how it wasn't supposed to happen this way and how he just up and left and ghosted. But you, your mother, and your mother's mother made that happen. Are you responsible for his attitude and his misdeeds? Somewhat, yeah. And until you can get women in massive groups saying, okay, we fucked up. Until you get that, there will be no change. There will be no change. The only let me backtrack on that a little bit. The only change that you're going to see, in my mind, the only change that you're going to see are more and more and more men dropping out of all of these fields that treat them like trash, that absolutely depend on their usury, the utility of that man, the futility of the utility. I said that years ago. The futility of the utility. It is futile to be a utensil for women, for men, for government. The only thing that gets you in that position is a lack of willpower or avarice, greed. That's the only thing that puts you in that position. And you have to have your morals, your ethics, your values, your principles. If you've got those, you don't fall for that other shit. You understand that stuff like this is just emotional comfort food. That's what it is. And you have to accept it. And you will. You will. 1.5 hours, just about 3.5 minutes shy of 1.5 hours. 346 of y'all holding strong. Man, I appreciate you. Outstanding shit. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. Shinobi Wan, my brothers all, you are the reason the world is good and just. Stay strong and become the survivor your ancients wanted of you. It's time you made your own quest. Stop playing theirs. I couldn't agree more. JR, D-Man, I fuck with hogs, bro. Cruiser. I didn't need to know that. Father Saunders, I've ghosted society already. Thanks to my VA retirement, I'm able to do so with enough money for me. I had to get blown up and wait 7 years to get it, so I don't recommend that any of you try it. I appreciate you, Father. I appreciate you so much. So much. I have the utmost respect for people that have volunteered and sacrificed. But I have my own set of issues with the way that the military is and what the military is used for and how the military brings hell to the doorstep of people that had nothing to do with decisions. And I think that we all do. I think even your military will tell you that. When you get in there, it's not the shit that you're being sold on. It's not. See the world. Go anywhere you want. Get your GI Bill. Oh, by the way, you might have to execute some citizens. Soul Jack. Vaxxed people shed spike proteins. Stay away from the vaxxed. I don't worry about them. I don't worry about them. There's so many of them for me to act like I, I have to protect myself from something. I don't worry about it. I don't. I don't. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm sorry that we are in the position that we're in, but we gave our power and our responsibility, our agency and accountability. We gave it away. I mean, what did these people think was going to happen? What did they think was going to happen? We can't agree on whether it's daylight outside, to say nothing about incredibly important issues like moving the species in a direction where we're not going to suffer extinction. Keeping the planet clean. I'm not saying that you should be an environmental, an eco-terrorist. I'm not saying you should be that, but certainly when you're dropping 40 or 50 containers off of a fucking cargo ship, you should be responsible for pulling those containers out of the ocean. There should be no free pass. There should be no pass. These shipping lanes are crowded with ejected containers. So it shouldn't happen. It's just my thoughts on that. Homeschool time. Men built world. Yes, men did. Yes, men did. Davina Duckworth, I watched an F1 race once. Seats are really expensive. For Formula One, they are. For just about everything else, they're somewhat reasonable. But Formula One has an ungodly sanctioning fee to hold events. The course promoter, the course owner, the track owners incur tremendous expense to open a venue for Formula One with no guarantees that they'll even be back the next year. So, yeah. I went to one Formula One race in my entire life. The 2005 United States Grand Prix. If you don't know why that's significant, look it up. Brizzy boy, being disabled, the Australian government gave me no choice to get vaxxed or I would be screwed. Yeah. You guys are in some fucking shit over there. I wonder how much the average Australian is going to have to get their face kicked in or be shipped off to fucking camps and separated from their families, their loved ones, their lives, before they start to get the idea that this isn't going away and that they're going to have to fight now. I wonder. Fabian Farina, pump and dump are enabled by fembots. It's true. It's true, but you also have a generation of men, well, 2 generations, 3, if you think about it, 2.5, 3 generations of men out here that were raised majority single mothers because we don't need no man, right? They made these men. Now, are they 100% responsible for the decisions of these men? No. Are they vastly, vastly responsible for the decisions of these men? Yes. Yes, they are. And until you can have an honest conversation and Jane Doe out there is willing to say, yeah, we kind of fucked that up. Until you have that, you ain't got nothing. They're learning about accountability right now. They're learning about agency. It's coming in the form of retribution. And they wonder why. 356 of y'all in the house, 1 hour, 32 minutes. Thank you for tuning in, gents, ladies. I appreciate you very much. Pretentious Hermit, ghosting is hiding in plain sight. Don't wear anti-establishment attire and don't talk about it. Just pretend to be a drone. Do their stupid salutes and secret hand waves, then go about your day. I would agree with the majority of that. Yeah. Yeah, I would. Row C, missed the Buick Grand National. No new replacement. Diamond Sauce, I ghosted recently and she DMs me for sex constantly. I'm just glad I had it wrapped. Yeah, I wouldn't have shown up. I wouldn't have shown up. Some of you were here when I went down low. undercover, and I recorded somebody that was coming back to use me, a former girlfriend. I knew why the bitch was calling. I knew why she was calling. Plain and simple. I knew it was to get something. And I don't think it took 3 minutes in the first recording for her to come out and say, well, I need my brakes done. And while she's while she's texting me pictures of her pussy and her titties and her ass and everything else, and she's basically transactionally trying to get me to bite down, right? She's offering me sex for mechanical services. I knew what she was doing. I knew why she contacted me. Why does somebody contact you out of the fucking blue after 7 years or eight fucking years, and they still don't have their shit together, and they're still out there cheating on their fucking husband that they're legally married to? Why does that happen? It happens because you're irresponsible. You're morally and ethically fucking defective, corrupt. Somebody's damn car alarm. Hang on 1 second. Cheers. Nice little mug. Good friend of mine got that for me. Got me a big fucking beer stein too. I'm like, I don't drink. She's like, well, you could put Diet Coke in it. I said, well, yeah, you got a point there. I could do that. So I put Diet Coke in it. But yeah, man, that's what it is. That's what it is. I knew what she was doing, and I took the opportunity to record that interaction. And gents, there's no fucking shame with these folks today, with these females. Sex to them is a transactional item. It's like going to Walmart and picking up an apple or a banana or a pack of gum. There's no more significance attached to that. I'm not saying that it should be mythical. I'm not saying that you should build your entire identity on being able to carve out the fucking canoe. I'm not saying you should do that. But shouldn't there be a little more to it than that? A little bit? You know, I like emotional intimacy. That's what I like. I like somebody to show me that they're interested. If it's a matter of somebody flopping down on the bed and starfishing, I'm checked out before I even get to that point. No, thank you. No, because I don't need it. It's fun, but it ain't that fun. I mean, fuck, man. I'd rather go on a 4 or 5, 6 hour drive to get somewhere, to do something, to accomplish something, than sit there and fuck my time away doing something stupid. MGTOW Cowboy Junior Wisdom just came out against MGTOW yesterday in a live stream. You guys heard of him? Never heard of him. Never heard of him. And I don't care who comes out against MGTOW. You know, we have a couple of brothers that insist on trying to fuck with these people, these ankle biters, these flea circuses in training that tell you who and what you are, and you have to come out and defend yourself. And no, that's not who and what I am. I said, I'm absolutely that. I'm absolutely that. The burden of proof is on you. You're a racist. Prove it. Okay. You're a misogynist. Okay, prove it. Well, you're a bigot. Well, okay, prove it. It's that simple. It's easy, right? It's easy. My man, Undead Chronic, he's like, loving this stream, man. Yeah. Thank you, Chronic. I appreciate that, bro. I'm glad to offer you some entertainment on this wonderful Thursday, Thanksgiving night, November 2021. Yeah, you prove it. I don't go out and wrangle with people because they say fuck MGTOW or any of that other shit. Now, have there been exceptions to that? Yes. Why have there been exceptions? Because their entire channel has been built on MGTOW, on Red Pill. And then they crawfish and they drag their nuts on the name and the philosophy going out the door. So I feel an obligation to respond to that. But it's not loaded with ad hominem. It's just like, why? Why'd you feel the need to do that? If you don't want to be a MGTOW, if you don't want to be a red pillar, if you don't want to be this, that, or the other, don't. You can just go. For some strange reason, people have this need. They're transfixed on trying to harm the people that built them. And that tells me more about them than I think they realize. You know, I did that with two people, and one was Yogi Zero Abs, and the other one was that idiot Angry MGTOW. That's it. It's the only two times that I've done that. I've had a couple of run-ins with a couple of ankle biters. Some of our biggest fans. You know they love you, boy. If they can't stay away from you and they can't stay off of your content, them fucking hate watchers, they are hate watchers. They sit there, they get on that, boy, they click that button and they're like, they get a notification for Hammerhand and their skin tightens up and they're like, let me see if this bitch says something that I can use against them. All I need is a clean 2 seconds to clip and I can ruin a bitch. You know? Fuck them. I don't need to do anything for them. And folks that come out and they start talking all that bullshit, let them talk that bullshit. Let them talk it. Somebody was telling me a couple weeks ago about those imbeciles that JD goes around with. And I can't remember their names. I swear I cannot remember their names. But they were saying some shit about Hammerhand was a pedophile. You know, okay, prove it. If you sit down and you type that shit out and you open yourself to monstrous problems with that type of an accusation, and you're that convinced that you're going to get a reaction, okay, cool. If it were me and I thought that somebody was that, I'd call the police. You know what I'm saying? I'd say, here's X, Y, and Z. Here's the proof that we think that we've got. We think that this person is abusing kids. And then I promise you, I get a knock at the door one day. Yes, sir, Mr. Hammerhand. We got some citizen complaints. We want to check you out, sir. Come on in, homeboy. Come check me out. Don't touch my ass, though. And that's how I handle that. So you know that they're full of shit and that they don't have any conviction, no courage of their conviction, none whatsoever. It's somebody that is attempting to get a reaction because they can depend on you to run out there and start telling everybody that will listen, oh, this motherfucker said something. Oh, that motherfucker said something else. Very few exceptions will I say terrible bad shit about somebody. Now, at the beginning of this year, what did I say? A lot of you weren't here for that. So I'll tell you what I said. I said, I'm going to root out and ferret out all these fake ass fucking red pillars and these motherfuckers that they cover themselves in red pills, but they're blue pill sponge cake. That's what they are. And what has happened? Myself and a couple of other select men went after them, told them straight up, you're a fucking fake. You're a fraud. You're a fraud. We don't just say it. We bring the receipts and we drop them motherfuckers like an accountant. And nobody can argue against it because you're dropping their words on them. Inevitably, these people, excuse me, folks, just wiping some dust off that camera. Inevitably, these people, they tell on themselves. They sell themselves out. It's hard for these folks to keep all of their lies straight. Do they drop some great red pills? Yes. But the base philosophy of a lot of these people, Rollo Tomasi, Richard Cooper, bullshit mindset, Donovan Shart, the base philosophy of these people is to interact with females. And what do I say? Has anything changed? Have the laws changed? Nope. Nope. Laws ain't changed. Well, okay. Have the laws been amended? Have they at least been amended? Nope. They haven't been amended. Well, did the women change? Is there something that I don't know? No. They didn't change either. But we just expect you to buy our $2,000 hour-long talk. That's what we expect you to do. We're going to teach you how to be men. I promise you, I'm sitting back laughing my ass off. Me balls are like clackers. Laughing my ass off. My nuts are clapping together when I'm laughing. Every time I hear it, every 6 months or so, it's another one of them that's coming out thinking that they're doing something new, something original, and there's a brand new line of suckers to be fleeced. That's what we did at the beginning of this year. And their little clique pretty much disintegrated. And there's tons of infighting. And they all broke up. And the ankle biters fell off. And they still have the same questions to answer now as they did then. Are you opening the door to usury? Yes, of course they are. They use you like the bitches use you. Do you know why? Because they can. That's what they do. They see a bunch of emotionally distraught, devastated men that they can take advantage of. And when the car payments due or the rent's coming up, they do it. They do it. And I'm sad for these guys. I really am. But I can't run in there and beat them all on the fucking head and make them change. They're going to have to come to that conclusion by themselves. And I see men dropping off of those channels every single day. Every day. And they're like, I've listened to this guy for 2 months, 4 months, 6 months. And eventually, if that man that was listening has morals, ethics, values, principles, something is going to come up. And it's going to be a conflict that he cannot resolve. He cannot explain away. And he'll drop them. And I see it a lot. It is what it is. It is what it is. Snot rag. One more again. I don't pump and dump. I only smash and dash. Well, that's the same thing, ain't it? Same thing. All right, guys. I'm going to go to the bottom on this one. And I'm going to just come back up a little bit. Success Pool Endeavors. MGTOW makes you grow big swinging coconuts. Yes. Once you learn how to take care of yourself and you learn how to say no. Now, you don't have to look somebody in the face and no. You don't have to do that. You say, no, man, I'm not really comfortable with that. And I just kind of do things a little bit differently. And then when they persist, you say, I appreciate you trying to explain it to me, but no, thank you. And then when they persist, it's like, look, motherfucker, I told you no twice. So if you want to keep this relationship comfortable, no. And that's how it should be. You should be, in my opinion, willing to cut somebody off at the fucking knees at a moment's notice the second that they start to infringe on your core values. Because you know that they're not you and you're not them. And you're not gonna get along with them. So there's no point in keeping them around. Once that conflict is exposed, even if you can get them to back off of it, the conflict has been exposed. So that's something to think about down the road. Chris Mitchell, I am ashamed Pops got involved in that group. I'm not ashamed that Terrence went and spread the message of men not killing themselves. His only motivation for joining that conference was exposure. That was his only motivation. I think that he understands, that maybe it could have been done a little bit differently, And next time, if there's a next time, don't do the perp walk. Don't do it. No perp walk. Yeah, Terrence has demonstrated himself to be nothing but honorable. Blake has demonstrated himself to be nothing but honorable. I know that partnering up with CME rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, rubbed me the wrong way, but I was honest with him and I communicated that in some emails. And my only thoughts on that, my only thought on that was he was the one that was going to get dirtied up. You see, when you're dealing with somebody that has a lot of fucking fraudulent check charges and just petty shit like that on them, like Edwin Donovan, when you're dealing with somebody that does that, they're already dirt personified already. So their reputation doesn't mean shit. Your reputation means a lot. You see, they're getting that glow off of you, the people that they can bring in to vouch for them, whether you do it out loud or not. Your presence is a vouch. They're vetting for the most part. They're covering up their bullshit with your reputation. And that's the only thing that I told Pop that I was concerned about. I was concerned about something going wrong and him getting shit on and losing his credibility. That credibility is important. It's important. So Terrence and Blake are great peeps. Now, this is my opinion. You don't have to take my word for it, but I wouldn't go to their show and cut episodes with them if I thought that they were pieces of shit. I wouldn't do that. You know, I can disagree with somebody and not hate them. Don't have to hate them. You know, is what happened there enough to push me away from them forever? No. They're doing the right thing. Just in my opinion, they teamed up with the wrong people. That's just my opinion. Luke Chase, even if she say I take out the trash, cook and clean, don't fall in that honey trap. Fuck no. Excuse me, gentlemen. Internet shopping. One of those clowns is all about continuing to play the game with women and trying to win it. The only way to win it is not to play it. It's very simple. I don't regard it as a game. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I don't regard it as a game. I take it very, very seriously. I take it very seriously. I have watched a lot of men, young men, old men, sit up in front of trial judges and be completely lost, go to prison, and in a year, 2, 3 years down the road, the bitch starts to get guilty. And the only reason that they ever come out and they clear these guys is because they know nothing is going to happen to them. It's a rare, rare day when a false accuser, a false rape accuser, females have any price to pay. It does happen, right? Not all, but it doesn't happen enough, not nearly enough. He is just a friend. Do you like the coach or the Joker? I've had my issues with both of them. You know, we'll take Greg first on that. The whole deal with Greg, man, was stopping the show because you feel like you're entitled to someone's like. I thought that was fucking tacky. I don't like that at all. Does Greg drop tremendous red pills? Yep, he sure does. He sure does. The thing that rubbed me the wrong way with him, aside from the fucking stopping the show thing, was when his mods tried to police my speech in a live. That's what rubbed me the wrong way with him. Men, hold on, this might be a revelation. Men built your channel, Greg. Joker. Men built your channel. And you rode on their backs, you surfboarded on their backs to your 200, 300,000 subs or whatever it is that you've got now. And then you went milk toast. See, Darius did the same thing. Darius was a red pill pastor, a preaching motherfucker, dropping them pills, dedicated. Soon as that 100,000 subs rolls around, oops, things start to change. Got to keep that YouTube super chat alive. Those are the things that bother me about those guys. When Joker, 2 years ago, I guess, dedicates a whole video to telling men how not to talk to women on his stream because certain percentage of this audience is female and they have every right to be here. Fuck you. Fuck you. Now, I don't care who agrees with that or disagrees with that. Look, you can go out and watch all of these cats. Go watch them. You should. Find out if you're better suited to being in that frame of mind than you are this one. You don't get to tell men to silence themselves because some bitch has hurt feelings over what the men are saying. They built your channel. They built your channel. Does he drop tremendous red pills? I'm talking about Joker. Yeah. Is he the Joker of 25,000 subs? Nope. Is Greg the Joker of is Greg the Greg Adams of 5,000 subs when I found him? Nope. Sure isn't. Sure isn't. That's why I've had 7 channels and they've had 1. Victor Azen Wilson. Damn, I just got here. How late am I? Happy Thanksgiving, gents. Happy Thanksgiving, sir. Happy Thanksgiving. Oh, you're pretty late, brother. We've been doing this almost 2 hours, but this is at 10:28. That's 10:38. So I'm 10 minutes behind in this. I'll drop up here again and see what's up. Caitlin McIntyre. I think society as a whole changed with social media coming out. People just want to look at their options. They're not content with what's presented to them, and they want the next best thing. That's part of it. That's part of it, Caitlin. Let's put that up there. That's part of it. I mean, you know, Betty Bumpkin from Middle Oklahoma or Arizona or South Dakota, where she lives in a town of 300, now has the options of 30,000 hits. There is such a thing as looking at your options and being presented with too much to choose from. Oh man, I want to try them all. So by the time this girl is ready to settle down, she has 150 dicks in her. I'm sorry to anyone. No, actually, I'm not sorry. To anyone that this offends, don't do that. Is it okay for guys? No. Are guys as affected by it as women? No. Is that an excuse for guys? No, it's not. It's not. I'm not interested in messing around with a fucking DNA dumpster. Thank you, Lionel. I appreciate that. I'm not interested in messing around with somebody who has a polluted womb. I'm not. Once she gets past 3 or 4 sexual encounters, full-on sexual encounters, her ability to pair bond is severely impaired because she's chasing that endorphin rush. You know, she's chasing those brain chemicals, and that comes in the form of associating it with sexual contact. Men do it too. Men do it too. I'm not interested in that. Not interested in that at all. And I know somebody's going to say to themselves, well, who cares what a 50-year-old hammer is interested in? Nobody wants you, man. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But there's a lot of 20-year-old hammers out there, and 30-year-old hammers, and 40-year-old hammers, and they've got their portfolios together. You're looking at the people that you don't want telling you this. What about the people that you do want telling you this? You never bring it up because you'd actually have to confront that. It's always easier to dismiss people. Always easier to dismiss people that you don't want than the ones that you do want. Based Chris. Donovan Sharp got exposed by 21 Studios. I think the deal with 21 Studios, it's messy, it's sloppy. I can't say that I blame Johnson for doing what he did. It would be nice if you knew the motivation, the real motivations. I don't think that you've seen the real motivations. It could be that there was some ideological conflict. It could be that 21 Studios was like, we do things this way, and you're telling everybody else out there that you're bagging fucking dimes and that your old lady's a 9 on her worst day. And that is not true, by the way. And no offense to his wife, not bagging on his wife. His wife didn't make the statement. He did. That's the kind of manipulation that we talk about. This fucking guy leads you to believe that he's doing this, that, and the other. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. And he's not. He's not. He does not live by the words that he preaches. He's a false prophet. You know what happens with false prophets? They are the first and the harshest to be judged. Crazy Canuck, control your biology. Working city prepper, you got to think with your balls. Oh, no, I disagree with that 100%. Put your balls in a jar and think with your brain. D-Man 50, those guys' parents never taught them not to kick a man when he's down. Yeah, I suppose. Luciano Casanova, at Hammerhand, what do you think of this? In late 2018, U.S. military enrollment reached a new low at around 30% enlistment. Does this concern you? Are you indifferent by all means? Yeah, it's a little on the concerning side, man. Speaking of Terrence and Redonkulous, they did a couple of episodes not too long ago about the viability of the male population as far as being, drafted or compelled to service. There's not a lot of them out there that are able to fulfill the service requirements today that were, I'm not going to say it was child's play, but was relatively achievable all through the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and it starts declining then. Gee, what else happened right around then? Oh, darn. I don't know if I can wrap my head around that one or not. Maybe you can wrap your heads around that one. I think we all know what started to happen right around then with the poisoning of your food sources, which that's not a joke. Your food sources, by and large, are poisoned, and those poisons not being strong enough to kill you outright, but kill you very slowly, are having a humongous effect. The use of soy-based products in foods is having a tremendous effect on men. A tremendous effect on men. People look at women and they're like, well, what's the effect on women? Well, there's a lot of test in food now. Testosterone, synthetic testosterones, steroids, things of that nature. Look how big these bitches are. Look how fucking big they are. What's the average? The average broad, 5'8", 165 pounds, 168 pounds. She's as big now as the average man was 40 years ago. That's a problem. That's a problem. I might be off on this one. It might be a little Alex Jones-ish of me, but it sounds to me like things are being flipped. What does it sound like to you? Whether it's intentional, accidental, things are being flipped. I said years ago, before I had heard anyone else say it, women are the new men. So what happens to the men? What happens to them? And that's a big part of the reason that I have this channel and I do the things that I do. The invisible rabbit, that piece of manure in cars, is a real bitch tool. Entre manure in cars. Look, man, you can get out there and preach the preach and fight the good fight and do all of that shit that you want to do. But at the end of the day, no matter how many red pills you sprinkle on that blue pill sponge cake that you're trying to sell to people, you're still leading them to the inevitable conclusion of what? Our goal, my goal, is to free you, is to make sure that you have options and choices, that you know that you're being used. And if you choose to enter into a position where you're going to get your ass used, you're going to get fucking tore up, at least you're doing it with that knowledge. These guys, what do they do? What do they tell you? You need game, homie. You need frame, homie. That's what you need. You need my $500 course. I'd give it to you, but 2 hours and 4 minutes, 416? What? That's not real. 416 of y'all. Thanksgiving night must be slowing down. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for joining in. It's my pleasure to host you. Trini MGTOW. Facts. Case in point. Based Chris at Shinobi One. My live is a little behind. Uh-oh. Mr. Hate Vicious. Here you go. I couldn't say it any better. They will not change. They will not change. They will not change. And you shouldn't expect them to. You take care of you. Work on you. Stop worrying about them. You see, I stopped worrying about them and I started making decisions for myself. Right? I stopped worrying about them and I started making choices for myself. Am I 100% complete? No, I don't think so. Not in my mind. Do I have things that I can work on? Yeah, that's for sure. Am I still mentally affected by these things? By the realization of what this is? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. But I have things to live for. Number one, me. I'm here. Gots to live. So I do that. I do the best that I can. Luciano Casanova, don't know if you're a vet. No, I am not a veteran. Wandering refugee, or is that refuge? Oh, it's refuge. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate you. MGTOW Cowboy, where are all you boys from? Leave it in the comments. Let's do that. That's a segment that I haven't done for a while, and we've got about 400 of y'all in here. Don't give your exact address, but tell us, what region, state, continent do you live on? Go. I want to see where MGTOW represents. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Here it comes. Man, look at that. Look at that. You see, gang, you're the ones that are representing. You may or may not talk to people. I don't know. But I promise you that you're the big part of that branch of MGTOW and Red Pillars and Monk that we don't see. Look at that shit. Look at that. That's pretty crazy, man. Pretty crazy shit. You guys are from all over the world right now in this little ass stream with 404 people all over the world. And do you think that this is the only stream that has these talking points? It's not. It's not. They will never come out and tell you that you are as much of an influence as you are. That your personal codes are swaying They're usury. Big time. They'll never come out and tell you that. It'll be a cold day in hell when they represent that as anything other than factual. Cold day in hell. Thanks for putting that out, folks. Thanks for putting that out. I appreciate that. You know what? I'm going to go back up. I'm going to read some of these. Not all of them. Not actually, there's a fucking ton of them. I can't read all of those. I'm sorry. I did see Chronic though. He's from Kushistan, or he's in Kushistan right now. Yeah, he's in Kushistan right now. So that's kind of cool. Porcupine Party. I'm the only red pillar I know. Well, that's not unusual. That's not unusual. Maybe you just don't know them. Maybe you just don't know them. You know, maybe you're brushing elbows with people and you don't know. You got to listen to them, man. You got to listen close. Red pillars. I hate to use this phrase, but I'm going to say it. Real red pillars. They are not very forthcoming about the fact that they're red pill. You know, Ghost Nation, baby. Ghost Nation. You know, they don't want no trouble. They just want to live their lives. They want to be left alone. So they don't often say it. Living Legend 3 from my snobbish fireside in Farmington, Connecticut. Don't be a snob. Don't be a snob. Successful endeavors. High Fly G 123. Rumor is that Mike is a guest in Idaho's slave detention camp. The last I heard about Mike, if you're talking about MGTOW Mike, is he was in Florida. He was in Florida. And that's the last I heard, though. I haven't seen any movement on his channel. I haven't been over there for a few months. But I wish Mike would get in touch, man. It would be nice to know if he's doing okay. Darlene Paul, Donovan is a sleazy liar, and he tried to steal what Anthony worked hard for years to build and help men. Well, I don't have any proof of that, so I can't attribute that to him. Now, if you have something that has been put out there by Johnson or anybody from 21 Studios that represents Johnson, and you'd like to drop those links, drop them receipts, I'll look at them. And that would certainly put a different spin on things, in my mind anyways. And it wouldn't surprise me one fucking bit, by the way. George DeGuide. DeGuide? I think I got that right. I think I didn't get that right. That is Undead. Based Chris, my brother, put me on to the RP. Well, I think you're doing a pretty damn good job for some secondhand red pill. That's pretty good. Cheers. Davina Duckworth, it's not unusual. No, it's not unusual. Diamond Sauce, Chronic didn't leave us. Right on. No, man, my man, he's tuned in. I don't know what he's doing while he's tuned in, but he's tuned in. 2 hours and 11 minutes, gentlemen, a couple of ladies that are in here. 406 of you mentally fucking fried, deficient human beings watching this old man Alzheimer right in front of you. Oh, man. Beard ASMR. Oh. You know, somebody out there's like, deep thinker. Some guys don't know what it is, don't know what that is, but they are one. Yeah, there's a lot of folks out there that have said that over the years that they didn't realize that they were MGTOW or monk or that they were red pillars. And I said, you know, maybe you're not. You don't have to categorize yourself because there's something out there that's somewhat organized. And I know that that's a very dirty word with us, and I don't mean it in that sense, but the philosophies are somewhat organized. You don't have to call yourself that. You can just continue to live your life. Just do your thing. Jay Johnson, the great United States of America, U.S. U.S. or us. Ian Blades, we're all from Earth. Can't we just love these girlies? I'm simping. Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it? I would love, and I mean this sincerely, from the bottom of me cold, dead heart, I would love to be able to sincerely admire a female that is attractive, to me, um, without being fucked with. I would sincerely love to do that. But I know that you can't do that anymore. You can't do that because things have been rigged up in such a way that it makes you into something dirty. That your admiration for something that you are designed to have admiration for, that they hate you for it. It's funny, in a pathetic kind of way. Mike, TV Dub, I am a red-pilled island in my circle of friends and family. My SIL hates me because I talk truth to my nieces, sister-in-law. I guess that's what you mean. MGTOW Life, Space Detention Camp at SCE, right? Primo Living, BC. Dave Villian, I went to Stanford. I'm originally from Niagara. There you go. Father Saunders is going to fire up some old school Oblivion on my Fat Boy original 60G PS3. There you go. In the other room after this awesome stream, of course, Good Copes games are, yeah, I suppose that they are. Black Wolf at Porcupine Party. You never know, man. I'm the guy dressed like Waldo that tends to your garden and pisses on bitches' plants. You don't have to thank me. Just buy me a beer. Fuck boy. I am back. I am front. It's nice to see you. Digital Assassin. Where I live, they are okay with red pills, but then my town has always been working their ass off. Well, working for the things that you want is not a bad deal. Working yourself to death in servitude of others is kind of a bad idea. I think people are waking up to that. Deep thinker. I'm a Sigma MGTOW lone wolf. My goodness. Sir Yetis, society loves to call red pill MGTOW a movement, and it's not. And we all know that it's not. MGTOW is a philosophy. It is a philosophy. Are there a convergence of people around the philosophy? Yes. Is that a movement? No. Certainly not in the sense that these people want it to be. Remnar Sodi, speaking of Florida, after destroying California, Pelosi is moving to Florida. Well, isn't that fucking great? Oh, God. She's moving to Florida if that's legit, she's not moving there because she likes the sunshine. She's moving there to try to break the hold that Republicans have on that state. Oh, man. All right, gents. I think I'm going to pop down to the bottom just a teeny bit. And I think we're going to give it about 14, 13 more minutes, and we're going to bust on out of here. Mayor McCurley's at Hammerhand. Thank you for the stream. Turkey Day has got to me. It's time to sleep off some of this bird and pie. Take it easy. If it's easy, take it twice. Sub to join the township. Peace out, Mayor, and we will see you when we see you, brother. Peace out. Otto Castro, you can't unsee what you have seen. And that's a big problem with MGTOW, with the red pill. You can try to act like you don't know what's going on. You'll never be successful at that. The level of self-delusion involved in something like that, you might as well be dead anyway. I wouldn't wish it on you, but you're not living when you're just denying reality, flat out denying reality. That's not living. Trini MGTOW at MGTOW Life Space Detention Camp, but somehow all the rockets somehow missed their targets, or did they? William Wallace at Father Saunders, and those exact feelings you had, you do lose yourself. It's so easy to do when you have all of this love to share and you have no one to share it with. I agree. I agree. I agree 100%. You know, I have a lot. I have a lot. I have a lot that I could give willingly, but who wants to stab you in the face instead of just be nice to you? All of them. All of them. Based Chris at Hammer. How do you feel about semen retention nofap? I think if that's your thing and you want to do that, that's great. The benefit that I see to that is that you're not wasting time thinking about shit that is almost totally useless. You know what I'm saying? The folks that get hooked on porn, that get hooked on fucking pulling the straw 4 or 5 times a week or 4 or 5 times a day, depending on who you are. Like I said, they associate those feelings with the idea of sex. You know, that's what they associate those feelings with. And that's what they want. And that's why you got to work on them attribute values. You have to work on those bedrock values. You do. You have to have them. You have to be able to control your biology. You know, that means not necessarily not giving in to the impulse to fucking clean and jerk that motherfucker every once in a while, but just putting it in its proper place. You know, those thoughts and feelings, they have a place, and it's not at the forefront of your life. It's not. It's not. It's very easy to control people through sex and debt. So make sure that you control your biology and you don't have debt. Very, very easy to control people that way. Dave Villan 905, lots of Canadians in here. Absolutely. The Canucks are fucking in here, boy. They're on board. Generationless at Cosmic Vagrant. Keep an eye out for that car, 71MC with the MGTOW sign in the rear window. At the mayor. Oh, already read that one. I ain't doing it again. Ain't doing it. Porcupine Party. That bitch will hate it in Florida. With any luck, Floridians will make sure that she hates it. You know, shit on her doorstep every fucking day. Now, I realize that most Floridians have more class than that, but you just freeze them out. You freeze them out because everybody knows who Pelosi is. Everybody knows what she's about. Everybody knows that she's a fucking vampire that walks around in the day. Daywalker. She's a fucking daywalker. Cunt. That's one of them bitches that you would actually tune up and buy a ticket to see her burned at the stake. Caitlin McIntyre. Live for yourself and do what you love, but a woman who chooses to do just that, chooses to focus on her career in her prime, is making a mistake when she does that. Interesting. What's the difference between a man and a woman that do that? Come on, Caitlin. You don't have to construct stupid ass posits like that. What's the difference? What's the difference? Come on. When you are 18 to 28, you have a biological function. What's your biological function? Men don't have that. See, men have the protect and provide. Used to. They don't have that now. And I never said that a woman that didn't genuinely want kids shouldn't concentrate on a career if that's what she wants. Go get it. But you are defeating the only reason that you live. The other abstracts outside of childbirth, they're abstracts. You know good and well that a woman bears children. It's her biological imperative to bear children. All of those walls and barriers and the things that you all regarded as obstacles to you were taken down and removed. And then all of that agency and accountability for that was placed on men. The idea that men should protect and provide, they were doubled down on. You got your freedom, right? You got your options not to have kids. You got your options to have a career, to go be the president. You got all of those options. You have all the rights that any man has in the West, and then some. You have more. He doesn't have that. So you know good and well what the difference is. I appreciate the good bait, though. Dave Villan, 905. Canadian feminazi whammons. Fuck them. Fuck them bitches. Fuck them all. 95th Phantom. Thanks for modding, Hammer. I appreciate that, man. That ain't no problem. My man. Craig Furness. Pelosi moves to Florida to be with all the other snakes. You better get out in the Everglades then and get with all them lizard skins. Sucker bitch. Pelosi is a demon. Peppermint cat ass. Cat's ass. Paul Webster, that vampire would burst into flames with that much sun. Yeah, you ain't shitting. Mouth Agape Ape, she bought a $25 million house on Jupiter Island. I used to clean pools on Jupiter Island. Pelosi's a piece of shit. Yeah, she's a piece of dog shit. She's a piece of shit. And I would feel very uneasy having that motherfucker living in my community, in my state. Very uneasy. Not as a Republican, not as a Democrat, but as a human. Let's get on down here. And I think, gents, we got about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And we're going to close them out here in just a minute. Darlene Paul. Donovan agreed to do Anthony's conference, pulled out shortly before then, and cobbled his own conference together on the back of the one he screwed over. Donovan and E in cars tried to scalp Anthony. Well, like I said, I would need some receipts on that. I appreciate you dropping some knowledge, but I would need to see where that is concrete. You know, if it's Johnson saying it, cool. It's just more kindling for the fucking fire because Shart's being burned at the stake anyway. So, you know, it is what it is. I called that one 2 years ago. I knew that was coming. Success Pool Endeavors. Jay, that's why nobody white knighted the woman on the subway. That's exactly fucking right. And then you see what happened. What happened? A month or so after that, 3 weeks after that, a couple of guys got that. They got that message and they went and interfered in somebody else's domestic and they got shot for their troubles. You don't see none of them feminists out there talking about, oh, them poor guys that got shot. Nope. You're useful to them until you're not. Your usefulness has an expiration date. It always has, and it always will. These people live on Frequency Island, and if you're not tuned into their frequency, you ain't going nowhere with them. The idea of wanting to be an ally to any of these snakes, to me, it's psychopathic. May not be actually psychopathic, but I view it that way. Francisco Fraggle. No one on their deathbed ever recanted their career, and I can't understand why the women value it so much. I don't know. Caitlin McIntyre. So you only feel differently for women who can't have children? No, I didn't say that at all. That's not what I said, Caitlin. What I said is that there are some women out there that do not have a maternal instinct and they do not want children. Plain and simple. They are an anomaly. The vast majority of females want to give birth. They want to have kids, but they've been relieved of the idea of having a man in the house. You see? So they open their legs to any fucking thing that comes along that is dumb enough to give them a seed so that they can turn around and beat them over the head with it in court. Hard pass. No, thank you. That's not what I said. Stop trying to misrepresent what I said. Anufo Lantigua. Hammer is hammering that girl. I'm not hammering nobody. I'm just, I'm putting it out there the way that it is. That's not what I said. It's not what I said. You can rewind this fucking stream and see that that's not what I said. No, that's not what I said. Working city prepper. Pelosi is leaving California. Ain't that some shit? I don't think that she's leaving California. I think she's just getting a house in Jupiter, $25 million worth. How do you make that as a public servant? Huh? Captain Will, new Sting album came out last week. Wow. Brad Zerker, 1983, but she's still far more powerful than all of us here, and it fucking sucks. Do you know what? You want to know where her power ends? You want to know where it ends? Right there. That's how powerful they are. They're not powerful at all. They have an accumulation of shit, of things. Their power ends where people decide that their power ends. And I don't know what the fuck it's going to take for people to get to that line of thought, because they're fucked up. People are fucked up. Chrome Dome Omega. Just wait till Florida has a cold winter again. All the lizards, including Pelosi, will fall out of the trees. Yeah, in case you guys didn't know that, that's actually a thing. There are so many invasive species of lizard in southern Florida that when they get a cold snap, when they get chilled, all of the lizards fall out of the fucking trees. It's the funniest damn thing to watch. It sucks for them, but it's funny to watch them just drop out of trees. Jay Johnson, women after 40 have post-ho clarity and blame us MGTOW men for not wiving them up. Well, they blame you for not going along with the program. That's the program that's been set out for you to follow. You see? I don't know if people actually counted on this many men just saying, nah, I'm good. I don't know if these people that go out here and try to break cultures, these think tankers, I don't know if they actually counted on that. Maybe they did. Who knows? Timothy so-called, Pelosi owns blocks of dead property in California and collects on insurance. That doesn't surprise me. Graham Whitting, strange how we get told global warming is making the sea levels rise, though the so-called elites buy houses on the coast. Yeah, it's kind of funny, ain't it? That's kind of funny. Christopher Mooney at Father Saunders. Dude, LOL, my life up to 29 was the Sick Puppy song. There's no going back. I feel you, man. Successful endeavors. Exactly. Diamond Sauce, you'll never be happy with a blue pill. No, they won't. Chrome Dome Omega. Hell, very few women have spoke on those 3 men from what I've seen. Yeah, I can't recall hearing one. Then again, I haven't actually gone and looked for responses on that, but I'm sure that they're few and far in between. Crazy Canuck. I remember Bulldog trying to do a collab with you. And then what happened? Shortly after that, he was out of the 21 Studios shit. He was out of the manosphere. He didn't want to be associated with all of this. But fine. That's your right. You don't have to be associated with anything that you don't want to be associated with. You know what I'm saying? Some of them a bitch. You know, that's what he did. I saw that coming a mile away. I was approached by several other people in that PUA dating thing that I think is total garbage, a complete waste of fucking time. And they all wanted to do collabs and team ups and all of that shit. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. I appreciate when you guys drop knowledge. I appreciate when you drop good information. But, you know, I'm not interested in that, man. That's not my thing. High Fly G, non-essential jobs equal non-essential humans. Yeah, that would be all of the jobs, almost all the jobs that were created for females. Almost all of them. Yeah. See, they got their place and we got ours, and they're not interchangeable. They're not. Oh, JR, Hammer and Brutus, happy Thanksgiving. Stay up. Yes, sir. Absolutely. He is just a friend. The unmarried and the widows, I say that is good for them to remain single as I am, but if they cannot exercise self-control, they should marry. For it is better to marry than to burn with passion, I guess. I can't get behind that. You know, I don't think that it's good to marry for the sake of marrying, especially when your system of marriage Everybody knows now it's a state contract. It's a 3-party state contract. And you come in number 3 on that totem. No. I don't think so. Zareth. Be fun to use squatter laws to take some of that farmland back from Gates, Pelosi, and many others. Just have to maintain it for 7 years in most places, and you get it out from under them, yes. Unless they have some kind of a provision written in for them, because you know that they do that. They do that. Cosmic Vagrant, I'll have my bike. Can't miss it. One Fast Dak. Hey, my MGTOW brothers. What's up, Fast? How you doing? Black Wolf at Caitlin McIntyre. Please don't pull the female Jedi mind trick here. It's gotten old and tired. You know what he said. Stop playing, girl. And look, I'm not trying to give Caitlin a hard time. Caitlin is a staunch supporter of a lot of these streams, and good on her. I'm not even sure Caitlin is a girl. Let's be honest, and I'm not trying to be a smartass. You know that there's a lot of folks that come on here with fake identities, with fake everything, and they represent themselves in certain ways. Like I said, I'm not even sure that Caitlin is a girl. Caitlin could be a plant. Caitlin could be an agitator. I don't know. But I do know one thing. Old boy's got a photographic memory. So I remember what I said 5 minutes ago. Chris Mitchell, One Fast Dak. Welcome, brother. Brad Zerker. Who will pull the trigger? Who knows? Polska Bob. Dak, you're late. We're about to wrap up. Yeah, man. Sorry about that, Dak. But that's cool, though, man. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. High Fly G. Hammer. How do you make $25 million for a house in Florida? Insider trading. Yeah, of course. People that have that kind of money, that kind of power, they have connections, and those connections do for them in ways that you can't believe are humanly possible. If it were any one of us, we would get arrested. You'd be convicted of some type of fraud, if it was us. But that's how it goes. I think people are waking up to this shit, but they're waking up pretty fucking slow. Troy Evans, this is a Hammer live stream. If you are too weak to take a response coming back at you, step the hell out. I don't think she's too weak, man. I think there's just nothing to pick on, with those particular statements. There's nothing to pick on. There's nowhere to go with it. There's just nowhere to go. It's a very open and shut statement. Said very cleanly. There's no ambiguity involved. So yeah. William Wallace. Thankfully, I only gave about 7 to 8, and that was way too much. 7 to 8 what? But I know, man. I know how you feel. It's really difficult to get completely over the fact how screwed you were. What a loss. Yeah. Oh, years. I guess years is what you're saying. Yeah. Polska Bob, Pelosi's dad was Baltimore Mafia. That's where the family's wealth comes from. Shit, I didn't know that. It wouldn't surprise me. Mike, TV dub. Women are mad at men for not living up to the fantasy that our Western culture put in their heads. Where are all the good men, they say? Well, the good men are still there. They're out there. They're just not making themselves available to usury. They're not making themselves available to get clapped in the fucking court. They're not making themselves available to lose decades of their life. I want a wife. I don't want a girlfriend. I don't want a fuck buddy. And none of these women out here are worthy of the title of wife. That is a most high title. It's a most high title. And none of them deserve it. And to be fair, most men don't deserve the title of husband because they haven't worked for it. You got to work for it. It requires a lot of dedication, and there's just not a lot of people out there. Excuse me. Caitlin McIntyre. Why do women value their careers when they're young? Maybe it's because we also have bills and payments and we have to worry about. Yeah, I know that. And we want to make sure that those are well taken care of. I agree. I can't disagree with you on that. You have life expenses just like we have life expenses. So why should we sacrifice our end of things to take care of you? Why? There's no reason. There's no reason that we sacrifice anything to take care of you. If you think that you're being discriminated against, you find out who's discriminating against you, you tell me about it, and I'll stand with you to make sure that you're not discriminated against, because I don't believe in that. But if it's just because you're not getting what you feel like you're worth, that's not discrimination. Take care of your bills. Do your thing. If that's what you need to do out there in life is to satisfy the debt that you have incurred, then satisfy the debt that you've incurred. You don't have to satisfy any debt if you don't accumulate any. And then you'll have those nice, wonderful, fertile years from 18 to 28 to make a few babies, find a decent man, settle down, and then the both of you can build wealth. Oh, wait. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. I don't think many men are going to volunteer their best years to get sucker punched in a court. You see, that's not the problem that we made for you. You made that problem. Your mothers and your mothers' mothers made that problem. Feminist men made that problem. Polska Bob, nope, her dad was mafia. Let's get down here real quick. I think gents, fuck it. We'll give it 20 more minutes. We'll make it an even 3 hours. Darlene Paul. Pelosi's a public servant, all right, publicly serving the Democrats' commie program. That's what she's in there for. She's not in there for any other reasons. Zool, chicks are never going to let go of the privilege they read in the streets. How many men have you seen do that? Not many, right? Not many. How much profit was made off of those stupid women, right? With their dumb hats. Who got rich selling those fucking hats and those slogans to those women? Doesn't anybody find it particularly weird and bizarre that tens of thousands of those things were ready to go? I mean, I do. That's just kind of the way that I think. And a lot of you do too. I can see it in your comments. Aaron Riblow, women taking care of bills when they are young, which they ran up when they were even younger. Agreed. The same can be said for men. The same can be said for any man that saddles himself with debilitating debt. Except most men don't do that. They don't saddle themselves with debilitating debt because men are not the target objective of colleges, state and local programs, government grants, government loans. They don't care about the men. The men have the trades locked down. The men have the STEM fields locked down. You see, they're trying to appeal to women so that they can bill them. And many of them are too stupid to see it. They don't get it. And I don't blame them. I was at a point in life where I didn't see those things. Blatantly taken advantage of. Chrome Dome Omega. No need, Trini. Monopoly money, Fed currency, same shit. Ian Blades. Where do banks get their money from? How do they pay for it? They don't. It's generated out of thin air. Mr. Bang Your Mom. Hey, yo, happy Thanksgiving, Hammer. I hope your food was as dank as Undead Chronic's herb. Well, it wasn't, but I did go to sleep for about 4 hours. So who knows? Maybe somebody slipped me a Mickey. Zool, they'd rather let everything burn before they reflect on their actions, and they will. They will. They will let everything burn. There will be no recognizable sign of their society, their type of civility, what they want when it's all said and done. I see it. I see it. Every red pillar sees it. MGTOW monk. We all see it. We all know what's going on. And then you got folks that want to come on up in here and try to word trap people. Nothing personal, Caitlin. You know, it is what it is. You can't word trap me. You can't word trap me. That is a wordsmith. Le pot de fleur. Most people don't think far into the future. About 3 days. About 3 days is what they do. Francesco Fragal. Lose job, lose kids, destroy marriage, and living out of a car. No, thank you. Oh man. Yeah, I agree. Cosmic Vagrant. Bear Supreme or Bear King. I'm laughing more than I have in weeks. Diamond Sauce. How do we take on their debt at marriage? Is that a real question? Come on now. Come on now. How do we take on their debt at marriage? Can they take ours? Does it get compounded? I'm so confused. Oh, God, there's not enough time left in this stream to even be bothered. Once you enter into a 3-party contract with the state, it's not her debt and your debt. It's their debt. And then when the state gets their hands in it, when things go wrong, and she decides that she just got to find herself. She's just not happy anymore. When that happens, and it will, they don't look at your debt or her debt. They look at who is going to be most affected by the breakup of the union that they sanctioned with your permission. Who's going to be most affected? It's going to be the poor widow waif that they have flown out into the terrible cold. And all she's got to do is say, I'm afraid of him. I think he's going to do something. 30 years of not raising a knuckle to a bitch, but when she decides to fuck your best friend, all of a sudden now she's invoking the courts. That's where that goes, sir. That's where that goes. And it goes there that fast. Black Wolf. Having a job is not the problem when it's people think men need to drop everything we are doing to take care of everyone else. I agree 100%. A woman's life, wants, and dreams is not a man's responsibility. Hold on. Shaba. Put that one up there because that's the truth. That's the truth. 100%. We don't care anymore. When I say we, I'm speaking for myself. I'm speaking for myself and a certain select few people that I know would not mind me saying that. We don't care anymore. We don't care. I cared for a long time. I gave a shit for a long time. Blood, sweat, tears, literally all of them. Lost decades. I just don't care anymore. The sounds of the cries. Please help us. We just need another chance. Oh man, I was brainwashed then when I was being stuffed like a Christmas turkey, but I'm not brainwashed now. Fuck you. I got no time for you. I'm sorry. There's a Kentucky Fried Chicken over there with some fresh bones in the dumpster. Go have fun. Go out there with my 80% of the brothers that are on the street. They'll show you how to live. They'll show you the ropes of getting them fresh chicken bones. They will. Because men, even when they're on the fucking street, are still generous. Still. Baffles me. I love them for it. I do. Chrome Dome Omega. Maybe lazy, just maybe. 'Tis said there is someone for everyone. It may be so, but I'd not seen it as a constant. No, it's not. It's not. The idea that there's somebody for everybody is kind of bullshit. It's bullshit. That's the anthem of people that probably have everything that they want or have had everything that they want, and they're taking pity on the people that are taking pity on themselves. So you've got compound interest pity. And that's not good for your soul. So don't fall into that bullshit. Father Saunders, spam and get clapped. Oh, man. Wrenches. Are you busy? Jedi run. A lot of these politicians are mobbed up, unfortunately. Fuck yeah, they are. You think that globalists, the Bilderberg group, you think that the motherfuckers are not mobbed up? Of course they are. They're just the strongest gang. Graham Whitting, awesome for stand longer. Hammer. Yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, man. Working city prepper. My woman managers don't do shit, and it fucks up my job. Well, if they have a job description, anything that they're passing on, omit it. And if there's a price to be paid and you're willing to pay the price, then pay it. I don't do other motherfuckers' work. Any job that I go to, I have a clear job description. Any job I decide to take. Clear. And if there's anything that's being put on there, I omit it. I hold it out and I say, this is not my job. Well, no, that is your job. It's not in my job description. That's not what I signed off on. There ain't going to be this nonsense about piling this crap on me because I filled a seat or signed my name to an employment application. I don't need you that bad. I don't. So I let them go. Deep thinker. Half of the net traffic is now AI. I can believe it. I'd like to know if there's some stats on that. I haven't bothered to look up anything like that, but yeah, I'd like to know if there's some stats on that. Snot rag. Caitlin sounds like Alexander Grace. Alexander wasn't so bad, man. But Alexander got exposed pretty badly. And when real clear definitions about what red pill was and was not started to get defined, Alexander was on the outside looking in. And if Alexander happens to see this, it's nothing personal. It never has been and it never will be. But what he does is not red pill. It's not red pill. It's finding out what women want out of men and then presenting it in a certain light that looks like red pill. It's not red pill. And I'm not busting on his mojo for what he does. Do what you do. But that's not red pill. William Wallace, banking is one huge fraud and illusion. Yes, it is. Francisco Fraggle, I like sleeping in a bed, not in a car. I don't like sleeping in cars. And I have slept in cars on behalf of hoes. No, never again. If I end up sleeping in another car or I end up homeless, it will be by my own hand, not someone else's. Mr. Black Goldfish, Hammerhand is on. Oh, yeah. Diamond Sauce, spam means we're right back on track. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brad Zerker, Biden's disastrous presidency is actually good for this country. No. I know what you mean, but no. We've had it too good, and here we've become complacent. People need extreme circumstances to shake them out of apathy. Yes, I do agree. But no, what this motherfucker and his cabinet have perpetrated, that's not good. Not good. I don't go to the gas pump and think, man, I'm so glad to be paying 315 pennies for all of this shit. I don't think that. So I'm not glad to be paying 30% extra on my food. I'm not glad to be paying 30% extra on all my goods. No, it's not good. But I don't think that anything will wake up these clams. I don't think so. Not until they're in the fucking pan getting fried. Yeah. Chris Mitchell, feminism is nothing but old school BLM cash collections and giving nothing back. Well, it was BLM before BLM. Caitlin McIntyre. That's exactly what I'm saying, though. Women are going to have to focus on their careers just to make sure they don't end up homeless. If they're living by themselves, if they're not dependent on a man, why would you want to be dependent on a man? I wouldn't want to be dependent on a woman. Why would you want to be dependent on a man? You can focus on your career. You're not going to end up homeless if you make the right decisions. And I've got news for you. I've been homeless 4 times in my life. 4 times. Twice living on the fucking street until I had it good enough, saved up enough money where I could get me a flea bag fucking hotel and a nice pair of shoes. And I think that you will find that that is very common for men. Very common. And somehow or another, females have it in their head that it shouldn't happen to them. Why? Why shouldn't it happen to you? Because vagina? If you make poor decisions, it's going to happen to you. And being partnered with a man is not being dependent on the man unless you choose to be dependent on the man. Having a partnership is a great thing. It's a great thing if both of you make it work. But you've got to make it work. That means you sacrifice. That means he sacrifices. That means you love him. That means he loves you. That means you march hand in hand in lockstep into life. And if that's not what you're in it for, don't get in it. And if you've got debt, it's not because somebody saddled you with the debt. It's because you accepted the debt. Your debt is not my problem. That's your problem. And I hope that you don't have a lot of it. You know, I hope that you don't have it. One Fast Dak at Black Wolf. Good to see you, brother. The Rift in San Antonio. It shocked me to see so many women with dyed hair, fat and single. Yep. We go over the rules every once in a while. So now's as good a time as any. And these are loose rules. So keep that in mind. For me, let's say I'm back on the dating market and I'm looking to find somebody I want to spend the rest of my crusty years with. The people that I am not looking at are those that are grossly offensive when it comes to their BMI. Like Chronic says, if they got a BMI over 1 billion, nah. But seriously, if you've got 50 extra pounds on you, probably not looking. If you've got Laffy Taffy colored hair, probably not looking. If you're tattooed up, if you're spanked with ink, probably not looking. 1 tattoo, 2, even 3. Okay, I got you. If you've got facial piercings, probably not looking. If you've got a tramp stamp that has shrunk and expanded and shrunk again, probably not looking. If you can't make up your mind, if your hair is short, long, medium, probably not looking. There's a whole bucket of red flags out there for any guy, any man that's interested. And I just gave you a few of them. You see, nobody colors their hair like bright neon yellow or orange and then styles it and then gets dressed up for a night on the town and thinks to themselves, yeah, this is normal. Except crazy motherfuckers. Except people that have been told that everything that they do is valid. No, it's not. I'm sorry to tell you that. It's not valid. There's something working there. If she's super thin, probably not looking. There's a pathology at work. And I recognize the pathology. If she's Tess Holliday, I'm not looking. You see? Now you'll have women that'll come out and they'll say, well, what about the men? I said, what the fuck about them? You ain't looking at them. If they fit the same description, they fit the same bill. Me. He's bald. I can't fucks with him. Okay, that's your choice. You don't have to. You don't have to. But I ain't crazy. You see? Big difference. It's unfortunate how fucking stupid people are. But they is, man. They is, and I can't help them. Can't help them. Oh, man. Cosmic vagrant. Whammons are like black holes swallowing entire galaxies of resources and still demanding more. Just ask your government welfare office. They'll tell you they're insatiable, like Marilyn Chambers. The Grim Streaker. A pair of lips tattooed anywhere on them is one. Yeah. If they've got tattooed irises, the tattooed whites of their eyes. If they've got 3 sets of fucking earrings in each ear. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Ian Blades, tramp stamp Phoenix into a fat chicken. There you go, man. Oh, shit. That's funny. To make a Phoenix into a fat chicken. That's fantastic. Mike, TV dub. I love tattoos and vibrant colored hair on women. Gives me a clear waving flag to avoid these broken people. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. You know, this thing has come up again. Again. Would you date a transformer with a Z? Would you date a transformer? You wouldn't? Well, then you're probably transformer phobic. No, I just don't have a fascination with cock. I'm fond of mine. I like mine. I like my little swingers. But no. Disrobing a hoe and coming to find out that there's some Oscar Mayer in the house. No. That doesn't make you a transformer phobic. That just makes you normal. Hugo Doom, women weighing as much as linebackers and even linemen. Good vibes, good times, as our friend Vention would say. Yeah, man. No thanks. Because, you know, when they want to ride, they're pushing your fucking guts up into your lungs and suffocating you. No thanks. Cheers. Pretentious hermit. Identifiers for women. If she's significantly overweight, then she doesn't care of herself. Agreed. She's just been instilled with the ideas that somehow or another you suffer from fat phobia. Everybody's beautiful. No, it's not. If she has colored hair, then she's a fembot. If she's inked, then she has unresolved trauma. Yeah. Francisco Fraggle. She's hoping to rise from the dead, battle-hardened sniper, and an unstuffed turkey between their legs. Oh, you know, like that big fucking skin flap on the turkey neck when you start to cook them. So, Tranny MGTOW, women out here being built like gumballs. Being built like gumballs. Oh, man. Doped hard Jeep. I knew bald guys who dated HB 9s and 10s. Oh, yeah, man. Come on now. Look, it's no secret that I'm not the most desirable motherfucker in the world, but I'm not the most hideous. If I grab me a fat stack, I can get me a 9 or a 10 any day of the week, as long as the cash lasts. You see? That's realism, gentlemen. That's what it is. Polska Bob, thank you. Be right back. William Wallace, I could probably live in a vehicle if it were built out the way I want it, but living on the street concerns the shit out of me. It should. It's it's not great. Tranny MGTOW. Fupa. Graham Whitting. At least they put it on display that they are crazy. And they are fucking crazy. Most of them got some serious fucking issues, man. But I can never exclude men from that comment either. A shit ton of men have serious fucking issues. Serious issues. Society has been turned inside out. And I know how I'd handle it, but that's just what it is. Zool, but they think they should be the only ones to have standards because they don't want to maintain themselves. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Pliskin, call me Snake. Penciled on eyebrows. Yes, sir. All right, gents. I'm sorry. I'm coming to the end of it tonight. We are just over 3 hours here. 377 of you hardcore honchos still sticking around in here. Still, you're out of your minds. But I appreciate the shit out of you. I really do. Graham Whitting, don't care how they look. I know what's on the inside, my man. Probably a tub of zinc. Thumper, I lived in my car while active duty because the state gave my ex all but $100 of my military pay. Ain't that a kick in the fucking balls? Thank you for your service. Fuck you. Fuck that shit. Fuck that. Never again. Absolutely not. Now, if there's anything that fucking burns you to the ground, it's being put in that kind of a position. That's hideous. That's hideous. Yeah, that's hideous. Ian Blades, they now recognize Transformers and don't like it, so we use Decepticons. Man, you know, if they start censoring my Transformers with a Z, then I'll go to Decepticon. Palpi Chulo, inside out while simultaneously shitting itself. Darth Hideous, a shit ton of men have been raised by women. I wonder if another woman is actually the answer that we need. Tyler Durden. Yeah, man. Yeah. There's some shit going on there all day long. D-Man 50, Hammer, Wrenches, Mods, Brutas, chat. Thumbs up. I want to thank all of my wrenches for doing everything that they do to keep this chat clean and to let good discussion flow, even when we may not necessarily agree with the type of discussion. And like I said, no disrespect to anybody that popped in here and got an opinion that they might not have wanted. It is what it is. You know, that's what we do. That's what we try to do anyways. And I don't squelch people because they have an opposing view or a different opinion. But at the same time, I think everybody really recognizes this channel is built by man for men and maintained by men, plain and simple. And I appreciate the shit out of you gentlemen for doing what it is that you do. Yeah. For doing what it is that you do. I appreciate you on this Thanksgiving 2021. I hope that you had a good day. If you didn't get yourself a bird, you know, some turkey, and, you know, I hope that it was decent for you. At least hope that you had some good thoughts. That's not what I meant, by the way. I hope you had something good to think about. There, I said it better. And I want to also remind you, be looking forward to on the Pop Culture Rocks channel, my review of the Netflix adaptation of Cowboy Bebop and my review of Ghostbusters Afterlife. And those should probably be up and around by Monday. And I will drop that in my community tab on the Hammerhand channel, on this channel, so that you can see what's going on, the who's, the what's, the whens, and the wheres. And everybody that's not subbed to Pop Culture Rocks, I would appreciate it if you run on over there and give it a sub. We've got 2 videos up right now. I haven't done very much moving on that channel. I've been trying to get things solidified with titles, opens, inners, and all of that shit. You know how it goes, man. I don't like the production to be absolutely rock bottom. So you know how it is. Polar Bear Predator Hammer, I would love to learn more about Formula One from you. I'll be talking about that when I get the American Open Wheel Racing channel fully functional. The last channel that got killed had the email attached to it. So now I can't get a hold of that one. So yeah, fuck me. So it's just sitting around there floating around. So I'm going to have to make another American Open Wheel Racing channel. But gents, we will see you when we see you. And we'll try to, excuse me, we'll try to get some more videos up and do all of the great shit that we do. And I'll be seeing you before too long. You know what I mean? and you'll be seeing me. So fear not. Fear not. I'm going to run over here real quick and get us an outro. And do we have an outro? I don't know if we got an outro. Oh, shit. I need to make an outro for this channel. Okay. Yeah, we do. We do. So peace, love, hair grease. And thank you, wrenches. Thank you, mods. I appreciate the hell out of y'all. And I'll see you the next time I see you.